This whole thing started with like chicken pot pies, but then I was thinking, what if it was just gravy? That's all it was. It was a business of just gravy.
It's just gravy everything.
It's mostly gravy though. What's in there is mostly gravy.
It's mostly. What is gravy? I don't even know what gravy is.
Gravy and then parentheses mostly gravy.
Yeah. Now made with mostly gravy.
Have a corner sawdust.
You're just smushing shit together now. Yeah, there's been a lot of gravy digger stuff.
We need to make something for like a website or me and like.
Yes.
It's just like pictures of like the FBI raiding your kitchen and stuff.
Yes.
But no, we should.
Endangered animals.
Yeah.
What's your
Yeah.
a bunch of endangered animals in cages. All right, get them out of here.
It's like a bald eagle in a cage. I don't think that's allowed.
I harvest its eggs.
Mostly gravy.
Yeah.
The little bird inside. You just take his throat. Don't need that.
Beautiful bird. No, thank you.
No thanks. So majestic.
It just like hits a wall and slides down.
Into a stockpile of just random shit.
Beautiful dead animals. This is the saddest thing ever spoken into these mics.
I love animals so much.
Me too. That's why it's funny to me. It hurts me while I laugh about it.
Hello, you beautiful freaks, and welcome to a brand new episode of FREAKQUELS. I'm your host, EJ Leeson, and with me today is that cutie patootie, straight from the Mahoning Drive-In, Rory Colorasi. How's it going, bud?
I'm just trying to get this over with.
Really?
I've lost the passion for the podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm here.
I'm so happy you're here, buddy.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah.
I wish I could say the same.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here. And today we have a very special guest, one of our favorites, artist, composer, just all around awesome musician and artist.
Sex icon.
Yeah, sex icon, entrepreneur, the owner of Gravy Diggers, Mr. Matthew Rinaldi. How are you, sir?
How's it going?
How's it going, bud? How you feeling?
Okay.
Yeah, you look good.
Thank you.
You do.
You always look good,
I
though.
appreciate it. You too.
Comes
always
with being
like
a sex
styling.
icon. You know,
It does.
it does.
Yeah. Yeah, like you just bring that sexiness.
I appreciate it.
What's new
Yeah.
and exciting, Matt Rinaldi,
Just busy,
running the gravy business?
unfortunately. Yeah, life is busy, as you know.
Yes.
As you know.
Oh, yeah, of course. How is Gravy Diggers doing?
It's doing remarkably well.
Yeah. You guys just got a big push just recently, right?
Yeah, we were doing a private event this past Monday. Successful. Well, forced into it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't really want to work.
No, I planned on coming to your private event as a guest. Mm-hmm. I wanted to partake in the trivia.
And we weren't going to let that happen.
No, as soon as I walked through the door, EJ threw... What'd you throw at me, EJ?
In a bloody apron, which is the one you normally wear anyways.
Right.
Yeah.
Two,
I mean, you're wearing it right now.
No, 2 sizes too small.
It's part
Right.
of being a sex icon.
Right?
Yeah.
And I thought you showed up shirtless anyways, and I was like, why not show that off?
Right. But my intention was to come here and play. So I had to work, which is fine. It's fine.
Right.
But I was slinging gravy fries all night. So I couldn't even tell you how the event went. Was it successful?
It was, according...
You made a lot of people nervous. That was the only thing, though. Because I mean, we said, can you just sling gravy fries? You didn't really need, like, a hatchet to do that.
Well, I
You didn't need
typically right, but see, I typically stay in the kitchen when I cook. Like I'm not supposed to be around people.
Yeah, and you were.
I'm not really a people person.
Serving it to everyone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vince said it was the bathroom's highest traffic that he's ever seen.
Yeah, he was tracking it.
He had a clicker every time someone went in.
He busted it.
Oh, yeah, busted that clicker.
Well, if he wants me to go in on the water bill,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
all right.
I don't think you want to put that out there because I don't know if you'll have the money to cover that.
Yeah.
There's a lot
true.
going on with that bathroom. It's costly.
A lot of piping.
Yeah. But we're, of course, talking about a recent event that we just had here at the Three Jacks Fortress of Solitude, which was not a solitude type of evening.
No.
We actually had a lot of people in here.
Yeah, we sold out the event. We did a FREAKQUELS trivia, all horror movie, questions and stuff. And we had all cool gifts from Universal Studios.
Yeah, EJ put together some pretty rad baskets.
Horror. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I loaded most of them into my car.
all the good stuff where he's
Yeah.
like, I'll take that.
I was like, hey, I could use that. I know this. I know the answers to these questions. I should be able to take one.
Yeah. And no, it went really well. We sold out, which we did not expect, I guess, right? Yeah, it was kind of crazy. We had
Especially since a lot of people were saying I will never come to your event.
Yeah.
That was a really common thing I was hearing for about 2 months.
yeah, someone hacked Facebook and created a thing that said, "No way in hell will I be there."
Yeah.
Which
yeah.
is you could have just put "not interested."
Yeah. Point is, it was a lot of fun. So for all you people out there that are listening that attended, thanks for hanging out with us. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, we did. We see, EJ and I just can't be normal people. So we weren't just reading off like horror movie questions, and we were kind of acting like maniacs on the microphone.
Yeah.
It was very much like a FREAKQUELS episode.
100%.
And I think at one time, Rory threw a boot at me
I did
because I wasn't slinging fries fast enough.
Yeah, I was like, get back in the kitchen there.
You have time to talk, but you ain't got time to work. Come on, Mary Jane, Miss Watson, I'm talking to you.
All right, Enrique, I get you.
That's what Matt said. All right, Enrique, I get you. You're like, it's Rory.
I don't know why he keeps calling me Enrique. Part of me likes it.
Miss Watson, I'm talking to you.
But trivia was fun.
Yeah, no, it was great.
Did you have fun, Matt? Matt was there, giving out fries. When you weren't slinging fries, when I caught you just slacking off, did you enjoy yourself?
For 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good, glorious 10 minutes.
I like that you had a little notebook and you're writing really your answers down, not orders, but you tried to play it off that you were taking orders at one point.
I did.
Oh, you did take orders.
Yeah.
I thought you were writing down I actually know the answers to this, and you would write it in your notebook.
No, I'm really dumb when it comes to horror trivia. I only know about gravy.
Anything involving gravy.
He knows everything about gravy.
One of my favorite horror movies, Thanksgiving by Eli Roth. Pretty good. Has some gravy in there.
Has there been a horror movie yet about gravy?
You know what? I don't
Well,
know.
the stuff, right? But
Wasn't there a Return of the Living Dead sequel called Ray from the Gravy?
I think so.
I would love that if there was, but I don't.
That's not what it was called?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, boy.
Oh,
What a bummer.
they're missing it. They're missing out.
I also attended an event that did not pertain to FREAKQUELS.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What was it?
I went to the V Spot to see Metal Messiah, Jon Snow, perform.
Jon Snow, Metal Messiah.
He did Metal Messiah. He did his Korn tribute band.
Issues,
and, yeah, Issues, and my face melted off.
Just like Indiana Jones.
Yeah. I'm not just saying this because he's a dear friend, but he is a lot of fun to watch perform.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then a friend of the show, Will Perna.
Will Perna, friend of the show.
He did 2 bands.
Oh, he did too?
Yeah, they started off with Variant Season.
Yes.
And then they did the Project Zero Linkin Park cover band.
Oh my gosh.
And it was awesome.
Yeah.
Like, cause I really do love their album that they made. Mm-hmm. It's like really well produced and it's great. I was telling them, I'm like, when I run on a treadmill, like I like to just pop that on because it's got like a great kind of thing about it.
Yeah.
But the Linkin Park cover band was so much fun.
Did you hear their new song, Linkin Park? Heavy as a Crown or whatever.
Oh yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
like
good
it?
song. Yeah. No, I like that. I actually
Like the new singer and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know there was.
I thought it was pretty good.
I get why there's like some hesitation towards embracing her for some of like the more hardcore fans, but I think she's got a great voice.
Yeah.
You know?
Cool. And then what songs did Jon Snow do from Issues?
He did the song "Corn."
Oh.
It goes
yeah.
really well with gravy. You see what I did there?
Yeah, I did.
Can't argue with you.
But no, the event was awesome.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was funny because I went home and it was probably about like 2 a.m. and I couldn't hear. Yeah, and I was also talking to people there, so I was like yelling a lot. So I woke up and I couldn't hear and I couldn't talk, and I was like, "Oh, I have to do Dave Gonzalez's podcast in an hour." So I immediately started apologizing when I got on the show. I'm like, I sound like terrible right now, but it was a lot of fun.
I thought you were gonna be like, I sounded like Gordon Cole. I was just shouting the whole time at David Gonzalez.
Hey, David Gonzalez!
I went to a show last night. It was good. Sorry, I probably spiked our levels, but
okay.
No, that's really cool. Yeah, what about movies? What are some recent movies you guys went to see? Matt, you want to hit us up first?
Now you're shaking your head nervously. Why is that?
Because you always put me on the spot.
I want to put you on the spot.
Did you see Sinners?
Not yet. I do plan on seeing that.
Yeah.
You saw it. Rory said it was good.
I loved it.
Like, excellent, right? That's what I'm hearing.
My favorite movie of the year so far.
That's not really a high bar, is it?
No, there's some good movies that crept in there. But I know what you're saying because like Hollywood is like kind of like a wasteland right now.
That's the problem. Like, you put me on the spot. Normally, I'd be able to like
Rattle
throw
them
some.
off.
Yeah. But like,
I gotcha.
I also haven't seen a lot this year. Like, I skipped out on a lot.
I heard you had a gig passing out gravy fries at Snow White's opening.
Yeah, it wasn't my best night.
They said it was the best thing that happened during the premiere.
Right, but there wasn't a lot of people in attendance, unfortunately. That's what I'm saying. It wasn't my best night. Actually,
Wah, wah.
yeah. Did you see that movie?
No, I didn't. I mean, and here's the thing. I don't like. I didn't not see it. Like, I try to see everything, and I didn't purposely not see it. It's just that, like, you know, I don't know if that movie was necessarily made for me. So maybe at some point in time, I'll give it a watch so I can form my own opinion on it. But it's backburnered. There was a bunch of other stuff that came out around that time that I was like, I would rather see this. But I didn't hear great things about it, and the best things I've heard about it seemed to be like it wasn't as bad as you'd thought it was. That seems to be the best thing I've heard people say about it, which is not great. That's not a great review. So nothing new.
What about you, Rory? Did you see anything new?
You give me a second to like
Yeah,
just ruminate on that.
We'll come back to you.
This is not my first time here. You know that I'm not as like quick
It's okay,
as
man.
both of you. You know,
You've been inhaling those gravy fumes.
I know, but I don't come prepare these things.
It's okay. We don't need you to.
But just don't take like 25 minutes like you normally do. Like,
No, I'm gonna
remember
do it.
EJ's here too.
Yeah.
He has a list of movies he wants to talk
Hey,
about.
first of all,
I just
I
got
take
one.
35 minutes. 35. And your commentary has dragged it out longer than it would have been.
Wow, look at all the movies I watched. Wow, I'm a movie buff.
On a movie-based podcast, who would have thought?
This guy. Look at this fucking guy.
It's almost like he likes movies or something. No, it's actually been like kind of like a lighter week.
Yeah.
I watched, had to rewatch After Hours for Dave's podcast.
Right. Great movie.
One of my favorites, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about that. That was
Oh, man.
Like, that was a movie that when I first saw it, it was like the Scorsese movie no one talked about.
Agreed.
And I could only find it on like this shitty DVD. Mm-hmm. And I watched it, and I just remember being like, this is the most interesting Scorsese movie. It's not like my favorite, because it's like an embarrassment of riches with that guy. Yeah. Like, where do you start? But like, I would say that's the most interesting movie in his filmography, because like none of the other movies he made are like that.
Yeah, no, it takes some like really interesting beats. It all takes place in one night in real time, and that's what I kind of love about that.
It's like, great.
It's super so cool. Surreal.
Yeah,
yeah.
Did you see Beau Was Afraid? Because I felt like Ari Aster was like really inspired by After Hours when he made that, because it kind of has that same kind of weird like energy to it.
No, I haven't seen it yet. It's funny, when it came out, it's almost 2 years now. I had tickets to see it, but then a life event happened the next day or the day of, and so I wasn't able to go see it. Oh. But what do you think? Did you see it?
Yeah, it's good. I actually agree. It has like a lot of the same beats and energy, like that same
that surreal type of thing. That's what I immediately thought of when I saw that, because I was just like, oh, okay, so you like Scorsese too.
Yeah.
I like, but I mean, Ari Aster, I think is...
And I love Linda Florentino in that movie, like the friend, like the roommate. Yeah. That's the artist. She's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone in that movie is great. Griffin Dunn is just a legend. Love Griffin Dunn.
Griffin Dunn. Oh, you're talking about Back to After Hours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Griffin Dunn rules in that movie. I think he is like the MVP of it, honestly.
So is his unibrow.
I made a comment on that on Dave's podcast.
You did.
They're like, because he has a section in there. It's like, what aged the worst about the movies that we cover, and I was just like, your lead's unibrow.
Yeah,
but I don't care, because that was Dave.
No, I think that was probably had to have been a decision. Like,
it was called 1980s.
Yeah.
Like, he made a decision to keep that. He was combing his hair in the mirror. He's like, you know what?
I'm going to keep that.
Yeah, you know what? This is going to be a thing. Like, after people see this movie, you're going to see a bunch of men and women wearing unibrows. Proudly. Didn't happen, though, did it?
No, I mean, he tried, though. Not everybody tries.
Yeah.
I also watched I don't know if you guys ever saw this movie. It's called In a Lonely Place. The Bogart movie.
Yes. No. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different movie. I am so sorry. No, I have not seen that.
I've seen that. No, I'm pretty sure I have.
It's kind of rad, because number one, it's like Humphrey Bogart just being amazing, like he usually is. But it's a particularly good role for him, because basically he's like a screenwriter, and he goes home with this girl at this restaurant that he goes to. And he just basically wants her to read this book to him, because he doesn't like the material very much. And it's just like, just give me the gist of it. They want me to turn it into a movie. I don't want to fucking do it myself. So like, he basically like gives her like a 20 and sends her home. And then on her way home, she gets murdered. So, people start to suspect that it's him.
Yeah.
But his neighbor across the way sees him at home, and then they fall in love. And then she starts to suspect that maybe he is the killer. And it's a really neat movie. I'm trying to be incredibly vague with it, because I would like you to see it and just hear your thoughts on it.
I did not see that. Talking about Humphrey Bogart, did you ever see Safe Passage?
No.
Where he, like, for maybe like the first 30, 40 minutes of the film, it's all POV and you don't see his face.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then...
Didn't they do like a Tales from the Crypt episode like that?
Yeah, absolutely. And then, like, at one point he gets a kind of like a Joker thing where they have the bandages over his face and he's doing scenes. And you could definitely tell Tim Burton watched this movie for that specific
That's probably where
scene.
It came from.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's like, as soon as you said that, I'm like, Burton, Batman.
And it's great. And then he looks like Humphrey Bogart for like the rest of the movie. But it's really good. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah,
it's
I'll definitely
like weird
check that out.
And fun. And I kind of loved all the POV stuff. But when it stops, I was like, oh man, that was kind of fun. Like, I was actually really enjoying it for the most part. Yeah.
I'll definitely look that up, because I like him a lot. Like, I just watched this movie of his, The Roaring Twenties with Cagney.
Oh,
you ever
yes.
see that?
Yeah. I just bought it. I didn't see it yet.
Watch it when you get home. It's so good. It is such a great movie.
I plan on it.
Last two. I watched Wild at Heart again.
Lynch.
Nicolas
I've been on
Cage.
I've been doing this for the last few episodes. I've been on a David Lynch kick, and I'm better for it.
Yes, you are.
Because I love him, and I love that movie. I think that movie's got like a really, really awesome energy to it. You know, and like Nicolas Cage and Laura Dern. What more do you need out of life?
If you think about it, for a while, we shared the same plane as Lynch. Like
We didn't appreciate it the way we should have.
No.
You know?
I feel lucky as a human.
Yeah. I was telling Becca that. Like, I feel like David Lynch is a guy that, like, he makes you want to be like a better artist, but then he also makes you want to be a better person because he just seemed like a truly wonderful, unique person. So, yeah, it sucks we lost him to something so stupid.
Yeah, and I remember during the first couple years of the pandemic, like he got me through with his weather reports. You know, it was so simple, but like that was totally Lynch, 100% Lynch, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have fond memories of just watching his films like throughout the years. Yeah, huge fan. And so when you were telling me you're getting into Twin Peaks, and then now you're like going through his filmography, yeah, like 100%, man. That makes me happy.
What's weird is that like I've seen all these movies before. But I don't know what it was. Something with Twin Peaks made me, I'm like, oh, that's who this guy is.
Yeah.
There's something about Twin Peaks that I'm just like, it unlocked something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I get it. Because I've always like loved his movies, but like it burrowed into my heart or something. So now I'm just like going through all of his films and I'm just really, really enjoying it, you know? And Wild at Heart I saw a long time ago. But I'm so happy I rewatched it. Because like Nicolas Cage is just... it drives me nuts when people tell me that he's a bad actor.
No, not at all.
I'm just like, I just don't think you get it. Last one I'll mention. Last movie I'm going to mention. I went and saw the re-release of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. And I love that movie unapologetically. I don't care what anyone says. Did you see it?
When it originally came out.
You didn't go...
No, I didn't get to see the re-release yet. No, maybe tomorrow.
It's it's that thing where I'm like watching it, and I'm like, this makes me remember like what I liked about Star Wars, and it makes me understand what I don't like about what Star Wars has become. You know?
Yeah.
It's just very like oh, this is. I mean, I get it. It's not a perfect movie by any stretch of the imagination. But what I'll say about it is this: I think it's sort of like an awkward kid that grew into itself. Because like I've noticed like across the board with people that they're like real excited to be able to see this movie in the theater, and it's, I don't know, the time was good to it. And I also will say this about Hayden Christensen, like I know like the dialogue that he's given definitely doesn't, you know, it's hard dialogue, but when you watch him in that movie, his facial expressions are on point. Like if you could like watch him with the volume down. And he doesn't get enough credit for this. Turn the volume down, and you'll know where he is all the time. Like I love like those scenes when he's like on Mustafar, and he's just like looking out at the sun through like that soot cloud, and you just see like him rolling the tear and stuff, and you just see he looks so like tortured and like just pained by what he did or felt like he had to do. And I really, really like that film.
Yeah, me too. One of my favorite moments is like Obi-Wan and Anakin. And they're saying bye to each other. And, you know, Obi-Wan is, like, on the stairwell. And he's in the daylight. While Hayden Christensen's still kind of, like, Anakin's still in the dark. Like, in the hall. And I just always thought that was a cool thing. Yeah. That and when he gets sliced up and he's like, I hate you. I hate you. Hey, that's a great scene.
Did you remember when we were filming The Burden of Beauty? And I needed that shot.
Your new empire.
I needed to have a shot where like the main actor was in the forefront of the frame, and then we needed Melina to be in the background, but I need them both in focus to basically show that they're both sort of feeling the same thing but not being able to like see that. Right. And so they're like, oh, what do you have in mind? I'm like, you know that shot in Revenge of the Sith? We're going to use that framing. And it fucking really worked.
Yes, it worked, but I also love that you were like, hey, do you mind just doing the dialogue from Star Wars? Oh, yeah. Just to see how it looks.
I made Chris Alou do Anakin's line. The funniest thing was listening to poor Melina do that, because I don't think she'd ever seen that movie before.
But I think she nailed it.
She did a very good job.
Yeah. Your new empire. Like, I don't know. I know. This makes me laugh. Because I always think of that
to
now.
Republic. To democracy.
To democracy.
Anyway, that's all I said.
Yeah. No,
and leave Hayden Christensen alone.
Yeah, no, I kind of love that, at the time, he did face a lot of criticism, a lot of hate. A lot of the actors from that series did, like Jake Lloyd, the little kid. I felt bad for him, too.
Which you should, because that's gross.
Yeah.
What people did to that kid.
It's awful, yeah. And then now, with, like, the resurgence and, like, so much time has passed, I think a lot of people, especially like kids growing up, that's become like one of their favorite movies.
That's their Star Wars. All the kids that were like little when these movies came out, like they're like, I saw this really interesting review for it recently over the weekend. This guy, he was one of the original Star Wars fans. So then he had kids, and he had a kid that was like, relatively young, but could understand the movies that age. And he said that when he got to Revenge of the Sith, his son had like a really emotional reaction to it. And he's just like, really? He's like, because he was like tearing up and stuff. And he's just like, you like these movies? And he's like, yeah, Dad. He's like, we all like these movies, but we spent so much time having you tell us why we shouldn't. And I felt like that was actually very true of kids when they were coming up, where they're like, no, the only good ones were like the original trilogy.
Right.
And you shouldn't like this stuff, but they did.
Yeah,
and I think it's cool. Like, I mean, I just feel like George Lucas was always a forward thinker.
Yeah, Hayden Christensen now has so much love.
Yeah,
like we met him at a convention 2 years ago.
Yeah,
right.
He's a great dude.
Every single photo op like sold out, and they kept adding more and more, and it took like 4 hours to finally get a picture with them.
Dude, who would have thought that though? Like back then, because I remember like I would. Like Will, when Will and I would go to meet up with you guys at Perkins all the time.
Yeah.
We would just like, because we liked, we didn't hate the prequels. Like we're like, I get they're not balanced well, but they're like, there's something in there.
Yeah.
And I just remember talking about Star Wars with some people, and they would scream at you about it. They'd be like, those movies fucking suck. And I'm like, well, I mean, like they're not perfect, but they're not like, there's something charming about them.
Yes. I like that. I don't know, like George Lucas had a voice there, right? Like in a vision, yeah. And I feel like once he stepped away, like there's been a few here and there that have been okay, but like I don't know, there was something about George Lucas's Star Wars.
Well, it was the last time new ideas were interjected into it, because I just feel like these movies are like greatest hits. It's for somebody else. I turned in my my badge a while ago.
No, we still have those original movies, right? And we have like the prequels that we are definitely on board with. The newer movies, I feel like are hit or miss. Like the new trilogy, I really wasn't into, but I did like Solo a lot, like way more than I expected to.
Yeah.
And that's probably my favorite out of all the new like Star Wars stuff.
It's the least.
I don't know why.
It's the least problematic one. You cut that droid out of there, and that's a solid movie.
It's awesome. And I don't know. Oh, The Mandalorian. I felt like that first and second season of Mandalorian was so good. I didn't catch up on it. I need to go back and like watch like season 3 or 4. I think I don't know how many seasons there are, but I definitely enjoyed The Mandalorian. I have not watched like Boba Fett or Obi-Wan or like all the new spin-offs that have happened, but I don't know. I enjoy some more than less. I guess. I don't know.
I think we talked about this in the episode with Casey.
Yes.
I mean, you got 6 movies that you like. That's a win.
Yeah.
It's something you feel okay walking away from. You got 6 movies.
Right.
And that's cool. If they're making movies for people that like this stuff, that's cool. Mm-hmm. I don't think that, I mean, like, for me, like, I don't don't passionately hate on Star Wars. I'm not that guy, but I'm definitely not as connected to it. But I do like whenever they re-release one of these movies, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I really love Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then you go back out into the world, and it's just like a negative cesspool. But anyway, what else did you see?
Oh, so I went to see The Accountant 2.
Okay.
So I watched. I didn't see the first one when it came out, so I watched that, and then I watched the second one in theaters.
How was it?
I went with Robin. We actually really liked it. John Bernthal.
That's all you have to say.
Yeah,
is
great.
amazing.
That's all you have to say.
I love him.
It's like maybe one of his best roles. I think like he's just so funny in it. And Ben Affleck too. Ben Affleck is great in this movie. I just like
my feelings on Ben Affleck. I love him.
I'm fine with him.
Yeah, no, he's great in this. And John Bernthal, they played brothers. Did you see the first one?
No, I didn't.
I did.
Yeah,
When it first came out.
Yeah.
I liked it. I didn't see 2 yet.
2 is like really. I think I like 2 more than the first one, which is crazy. Because the first one's really good, and I was like, oh, I don't know how the second one's gonna be, and I think the second one might be actually better.
I heard Ben Affleck promoting the movie, and he said the same thing, but he seemed very like sincere when he said it. Like actors lie.
yeah, they're like,
oh, this is like
great.
this movie. It's gonna dazzle you. It's gonna change your
It's
life.
bigger, it's better, like more action. That's like the selling point. They're like, I think this is what people want. More action.
You won't believe what happens, and you see the movie, and it's so unremarkable, and you're like, oh, I guess you saw a different cut. But he sounded very like excited about the second movie, so I want to see it because I love Ben Affleck and I love John Bernthal, and I respect them a lot.
It's a really rad movie. I definitely recommend checking it out. I don't know how well it's doing because it is going against like Sinners and Star Wars.
A 20-year-old movie.
Yeah, and so
that's the sad state of Hollywood right now.
But Sinners is still killing it as it should.
As it should.
So is Snow White. Isn't it still number 1?
Snow White.
Yeah.
I don't know. Has it ever reached number 1?
I think it did.
I don't know. I saw Snow White.
I think it limped its way to number 1.
Yeah.
And then it fell off the charts, and it's been like a dramatic drop ever since. It's one of those things.
EJ, you saw Snow White?
I went to see it.
Well, when we were talking about it, why didn't you bring up that you saw it? What do you think? Did you agree with Rory? Is it like, yeah?
It has like some fun moments in it. I don't know.
Ringing endorsement from the guy who's so positive about everything.
No, it's
got moments in it.
No, there's stuff about it that I did like. It's weird because it kind of steals from Tangled a little bit. Like the main male protagonist is just Flynn Rider. Like they copy and pasted that character from Tangled and put it into Snow White. But he works. Like he's very charismatic and he's awesome. But you're just like, well, that's not really that character though. I don't know.
So it's like a remake that's remaking characters.
Yeah.
Okay. That's great.
But I didn't mind. I like Rachel Zegler, and I think Gal Gadot crushes it. Gadot.
I hear both pronunciations. I lean toward Godot.
I like Godot better.
Godot.
Makes me think of deer.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So she really knew what she was in, and I feel like she might be one of the best parts of it. A lot of people are like, "Oh, she's terrible." I think she's like, "Oh, this is campy. Yeah. I'm gonna have a lot of fun." And I think she's actually like one of the best parts of it.
One thing, just again, having not seen it.
Yeah.
I think I would like to just say this. I know some people are a little annoyed with Rachel Zegler.
Yeah.
Please keep in mind that she's in her early 20s and she might just say wild stuff. We don't always have to just completely like destroy people when they rub you the wrong way.
Yeah.
She's still a kid. So
she also didn't write the script, did she? Like it wasn't just her.
No.
Yeah, I think they're talking more about like her interviews. Like they were saying that she was kind of like being a certain way, but I'm like, just here's the thing: you can like not like a movie, that's cool. Like art's all subjective. Don't attack the actors and actively campaign that they never work again, because it's really hard to make it in that industry as it is. So for them to make it and then for you just to decide to remove all that hard work is shitty on you.
Yeah, I also have to say, like, she is very talented. Like, she's in West Side Story, and that movie was
rocks.
Amazing. And she's
so good.
Great in that movie, and I loved her in Y2K.
Yeah.
I just feel like, she is just young. She, like, of course, like, sometimes if I was, like, filmed in my 20s, I'd be so embarrassed now because I was stupid.
Well, I've got some
clips.
I
was a stupid kid.
Got some clips.
I was stupid, all right? I didn't know what I was talking about. But, no, but I think she, you're right. Like, people should cut her some slack.
Just relax.
Yeah.
Not everything. You don't have to go for blood for every time. It's okay.
Unless you want to.
People have opinions. They either keep them or grow out of them.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Exactly.
You don't have to be best friends with actors.
Right.
Yeah.
And I think, like, just canceling someone for some, like, comments she made about an older movie, that's so stupid. I don't know. To me, it's like she didn't like assault or beat up old ladies or anything.
Well, actually, that's coming up.
Oh, that's coming out.
There's some stuff that came out this morning.
Shit.
She
Okay.
beats up old ladies a lot.
Well, that makes sense. Like,
they've been calling her rageful.
Oh, Rachel. Ziegler.
Rachel Ziegler.
Rageful Ziegler. Yeah.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, just everyone take a breath.
Yeah.
Calm down.
It's cool. It's all good, baby. And I'm going to see the Thunderbolts. I think I might do like a double feature tomorrow, so
cool.
I might go see that. And I'm really excited for the Thunderbolts. I know, like, some people are really iffy on the Marvel movies anymore, but for some reason this looks like, I don't know. I'm really excited for it.
Are you excited that it doesn't look like it was filmed in front of a green screen?
Yes.
You know what Marvel movie looks good? Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Think so?
I do. I'm a sucker.
I'm hoping.
I'm a sucker for like that nostalgic, future look.
Yeah. It's got a cool little vibe to it.
I think it's the vibe I'm into. The movie could be terrible.
Yeah.
But
I think it's maybe...
Is that like Futureland Disney thing?
Yeah.
Or Tomorrowland, yeah.
Tomorrowland, yeah.
I think it's probably just best to see these movies and make up your own mind when they come out, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, the trailer looks fine. Not as excited about it as I am, like, maybe like the Superman movie, because I'm really hoping for that one to be good. But I'm with you. I want to see Fantastic Four. And Dave saw Thunderbolts, friend of the show, Dave Gonzalez, and he said that he really liked it a lot. So
all right, hell yeah.
I don't know.
I think it looks awesome, and I like those characters. I'm a big fan of John Walker. I know he's not like
the pseudo Cap.
Yeah. I love that character, and I'm just glad he's like. He's a character in a live action movie. I can't believe that ever happens because he's just such a weird, offbeat kind of character. And I actually like what the MCU is doing with the character. I know a lot of people hate him because they're so passionate about, Steve Rogers, Cap and stuff. But yeah, he was always like one of those weird characters.
Well, he was interesting in that sense, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That kind of made you realize why like Cap was so special, like Steve Rogers.
Exactly.
Yeah. Like not everybody can handle it. And if anything, I think that maybe enhances the whole arc for Sam. Because you see like what happens when the shield is in the wrong hands.
Exactly.
But like I love when he's like beating that guy.
Oh, yeah.
That scene that the one episode ends on it, and I'm like, I want to see more of that. Like Dark Cap, that's cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. What was it? What was it called? It was like Falcon and the Snowman.
Yeah, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Oh, yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I thought that was
he's a
pretty
cool
good.
character. In the comics too. Like, and I was always a fan of like his look and him in the comics, and so it's just weird to me to see a character like that have like a live action movie now. It's awesome.
Well, they're scraping the bottom of the barrel at this point.
Yeah, they're like,
what do we got left?
Let's just get this character.
Who's Ghost? Just
but
stick her
I
in
think
there.
it's just a really interesting character, and I like the approach Marvel took with that character. Played by Wyatt Russell, which is Kurt Russell's son, which is kind of cool.
I think I said this in the Twin Peaks episode. I mean, like, most people complain and they're like, oh, they only made like 32 movies I like.
Yeah.
And you're just like, yeah, they've had a
pretty solid.
That's not a bad track record when you get down to it. No, I mean, like, because, you know, I've teased Marvel a little bit since everything, with the exceptions, past Endgame. But I still see these movies. I still go every opening weekend, and I'm hoping that they get on the right track again. But I mean, I think you talked about it too. Like that Doctor Strange movie, while not, you know, I think they would have been better to just leave Sam Raimi alone with the material.
Yes.
When he shines through, boy, does he shine through.
It's awesome.
Sam Raimi is just the best.
And No Way Home was like awesome too. Yeah. So there's been like films that have come out since Endgame.
Yeah.
I personally think Eternals is one of the best directed Marvel movies. And I know a lot of people are not crazy about the Eternals, but if you just like go back and you just watch it as like a solo thing and it's not really like a Marvel movie, I think you could just enjoy that as a movie.
Dude, I'm actually with you, like, because we've talked about that before. Like, I saw the Eternals and I did not have the same hateful reaction to it, because I was like, if anything, it visually speaking, it reminded me more like a DC movie than an MCU movie.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean by that?
Yeah.
And I liked Icarus a lot.
Me too. I all those characters I thought were like awesome. I
would have liked a longer version of that movie to kind of flesh some of them out, but
yeah.
As it stood, I was like, I was walking in and I saw the Rotten Tomato score was real bad, and I'm like, here we go, this is gonna be like a real bad Marvel movie, and I'm like, wasn't that bad.
No, I will stand by one of the best directed movies.
I would also go as far to say that, like, I've never walked out of one of those movies and said, like, I hate this. It's always just sort of been like, that was fine.
Yeah.
But I've never been, like, offended by anything. So it's like, I mean, I'm not apologizing for anything that they've been doing. I get it. There's problems. But, I mean, there are a lot worse movies out there.
Did you like Guardians 3? Because that's
I loved Guardians 3. I like anything dealing with those characters.
There's another one, like, post-Endgame, right? Do you like Guardians 3? Yeah, it's one of the best, if not best, Guardians movie, right?
I like when people are like,
like so.
No, I like when people they try to walk around that one. They're like, oh, it doesn't count. It's like, no, it does. No,
but everyone's like, oh, best one since Endgame. I don't know. I feel like there's been a lot of best ones.
Yeah, there's really good stuff in there. So it's just maybe as a society we need to get over the whole, like, it's either the best thing ever or the worst thing ever, and maybe just understand that sometimes it's okay for movies to just be good.
Right. And there's been
strive for great
movies since, but I don't know.
Anyway, do you see anything else?
Yeah, I watched a movie that we're covering today because you threw it out. You're like, yo, I want to do this movie in the biggest, baddest way. And it's a movie we both kind of love. You saw it like when you were younger too, right?
I did.
Yeah. And loved it, right?
Absolutely.
Can we talk about our first experiences with this movie? Because I feel like
this is
one of the only movies we've covered where I think people need perspective.
Yes.
Like, on where you're coming from with it. And we'll start with you. Or we can start with EJ.
Please.
EJ, what was the first time you saw it?
So I saw this in theaters. My dad took me to see it.
Neat.
And, yeah. And I was so pumped. I was seeing like pictures of the trickster, who's kind of like the antagonist in this film, almost like a Freddy Krueger type, and we'll get into him in a little bit.
Smith.
But I remember seeing him, and even Entertainment Tonight did like a segment where they interviewed him in makeup, and I was like, yo, this guy is like crazy looking. I loved it. I thought he looked so cool. And Eddie Furlong was like hot off of just like making Pet Sematary 2 and Terminator 2. And so I was excited for that because I thought he was awesome. And so I saw this movie in theaters, and I'm watching it, and as the movie played out, I'm like, whoa, this is so good. I love this. And I related to the character because he has like Fangoria stuff and all like horror movie stuff around him.
Now we're connecting you.
Yeah. And I just was like, oh, I relate to this character. And then it plays out and the ending happens, and I'm like, that movie rocked. Great soundtrack too. Such a great soundtrack.
Oh, I own it.
But yeah, it's just a totally rad movie. How about you? What was your experience?
So, the age I was at when I saw it, I think I was 12. It's about 11 or 12. And this was at that point in time where, like, you would scour video stores for horror movies you hadn't seen.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember I was over Mike Ankarani's house, and his grandfather rented us, like, a bunch of, like, just horror movies, right?
Yeah.
And I remember I was real excited because in the pile was Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master, and I'm like, I like that one.
Yeah,
I can't wait to revisit it. And then I saw in the pile this movie called Brainscan, and I'm like, oh. Because I'm going to tell you, not great VHS art. Look it up. And I just remember being very like, yeah, I got to watch this. Okay, fine. So I like to give everything a chance. And I remember Mike, I'm fairly certain, had that same attitude about it where we're like, hey, let's just do this. Let's just get this over with.
Through it, yeah.
And we were both so fucking into that movie while we were watching it. Like, it was such a cool thing for us to see at that age. Because I remember, like, where I was at that time. I was, and people are generally surprised to hear this, but I was, like, really, 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 really shy as a kid. Like, I had, like, really, really bad anxiety. So the notion of, like, you know, doing what I feel more comfortable to do now back then, never thought I was going to get here.
Right.
So, like, you know, making friends and, you know, having a girlfriend, stuff like that just seemed like that was for other people. So I would just sit home and watch the original Star Wars trilogy or binge watch, like, the 6 Halloween movies that were available, and that was a good Friday night.
Yeah.
So when I saw Michael Brower in this movie, I was like, man, like, that's like me at this point in my life. Because he was kind of depressed, like, riddled with trauma. And then just like that room, it was like all the horror movie posters. I still maintain coolest kid's bedroom ever. It is so fucking cool. But all those, like, horror movie posters, like, all that, like, sort of at the time pseudo future tech. Mm-hmm. It looks probably laughable by today's standards.
The Alice Cooper sticker on the refrigerator is, like, one of the coolest things of all time.
There's a Freddy's Dead poster in there, Nightmare 4. It's so much fun just to look at that room. And then, like, the thing that really got me excited was the fact that there were Fangoria issues just sprawled out on the table, and I'm like, I had that. Because that was, like, the horror movie Bible for us kids at that age. They wouldn't have, like, the internet or something. Yeah. So we like, we got to find out about horror movies. You read Fango. Yeah. And it was great. So I really, really, really just related with the film at that point in my life. So every time I watch it now, it's funny because I still think it's a great concept. But what inspired this whole thing was on Sunday, Dave had one of his co-hosts, Jack, watch Brainscan, and they were both kind of like, wasn't that great? You know, I think they were more like, it wasn't great. And I was like, you guys are wrong. I'm like, we all have our own opinions, but you are incorrect.
That's so incorrect.
But I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing or what the deal is. But even when I was watching, I was really trying hard to just be like watch this, like, not as, like, you know, remembering what it was like when you were that age. Just try to watch it objectively. And I'm like, there's stuff in it for sure that's a little awkward, but there's a lot of really great things in this film that we'll discuss. Yeah. On to you, Matt.
Yeah. I was, I think, 12 as well. At the time, my brother and I would go over my father's on the weekend. My parents were divorced, and my dad was the cool one. Like, he would let us watch R-rated movies, no problem. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we'd go to the video store, and we picked up a few movies, and that was one of them. And I remember watching it with my brother, and the same, like, reaction. You know, I as a 12-year-old, I felt super cool. Like, I'm watching an R-rated movie. What are you gonna do about it, Mom? Dad said it was okay, and it was such like a super cool movie to watch as a 12-year-old, right? So I agree with you. Maybe, like, I didn't watch it objectively the other night. I watched it as my 12-year-old self. Yeah. You know, and I remember, like, things jumped out at me because I haven't seen it, I don't know, gosh, probably since, maybe. No, I don't. It's been a while. But yeah, that was my experience with it. Just I remember fondly like being with my father, my brother, watching it, and just how cool it felt watching it, that he let us watch it. And that's really all I have to say about it, because we're gonna go into depth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
Yeah. And this is weird because I really never do this, but if you have not seen this movie, please just watch this movie right now. Like,
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you have to watch this.
But not until you see Snow White.
Well, debatable. But
Do a double feature, man.
Yeah, do a double feature. Watch Snow White. Watch this. Because the breakdown's great, but I feel like the experience of seeing this for the first time and how the ending happens, it's like such a cool thing that I want you to watch this movie first, and then you can come back and listen, right?
It's like a horror film for like real hardcore horror fans.
Yes, and it's weird because it's not even scary at all.
But
it's not
it's
like a
like-
frightening movie, but it's like
But it
just
fits
awesome.
into that. It fits into the genre very nicely. Those sci-fi horror films.
Yeah,
There's not
100%.
enough great ones, and this is one of them.
This is definitely one of them. But yeah, like, so the film begins with the super kick-ass score. Like, I love the music in this movie.
The boom,
And that-
boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that score.
It's got like a westerny sound to it. Doesn't it?
Yeah, it's so good, and you see like
Actually, it sounds like Dewey's theme.
100%.
Bum, bum, bum,
Oh, you know what? I
bum.
wonder if is it the same person?
No, that was Edward Furlong. You're thinking of David Arquette.
Oh, David Arquette. Yeah. No. Who did the score for Broken Arrow?
I don't know.
George S. Clinton.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's so crazy because, I totally. Once you said the Dewey thing, I went, "Whoa, that's wild." Yeah. But
Hey, and before we go too far with it, this movie does open up with a dog. And
It does.
That dog plays a part in this movie. Normally on this show, I
Zach.
point out animal actors, but this dog, he's doing hardcore acting.
his name in the movie is Zach,
I know, I got that written
and the
down.
actor's dog, his real name Zach.
I know. I
Yeah.
looked him up. He's in the credits.
He's in the
That's how
credits.
much of a part of this movie that dog is.
George S. Clinton did the score for Mortal Kombat.
Oh, okay. Oh, because I was like, I know he did the score for this, and I was wondering if he did the score for Broken Arrow. He didn't. Oh, shoot. Okay. So,
Do you think he did the Crossfire commercial?
Crossfire.
I don't know.
You
These aren't the
get
same
caught on
things.
the
but-
near Crossfire.
So awesome.
So good.
Wait, keep going with it. Yeah.
One more game. So, yeah. But yeah, I love the theme is incredible. Like the score in this movie, it just really sets like this tone, like
does.
a very like dark, ominous tone for the rest of the movie.
And there's like wild guitars in it too at different
Yeah,
points.
it sounds awesome.
Yeah.
The score alone will set you up. Like you're like, oh, this is good. Like this is gonna be pretty
A lot
dope.
of character to the score.
Yeah.
And if you want to know what like the '90s felt like, that movie is it.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about
right.
that.
God, 100%. Yeah, 100%. Because like, his friend Kyle is like the prototype '90s kid.
Yeah. Hey dude!
Hi, dude. I got my flannel wrapped around my waist.
Yeah, that's how you know it's the '90s. He looks like he like walked off the set of Airheads.
And I'm wearing a vest and a flannel. But anyways, yeah. So the film begins with the super kick-ass score by George S. Clinton.
And it's really complimented, by the way,
Yeah,
just
not
by
be
the
George Clinton.
Yeah,
not that one.
the score is also complimented throughout the film with a really, really kick-ass soundtrack.
Yeah, you got like Rob Zombie in there.
I like that alcohol funny
White
car song, Shapes.
Oh,
it plays
yeah.
during the credits.
Yeah.
That's a great song.
That's a great song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
There's
like
a
that
lot
one
of
that's like that real heavy death metal song that's playing when he's like, I guess he's trying to sleep to it or something.
Yeah, he turns
he's
it on, he's
trying
like-
to sleep. It's like, would have to be like that.
Like, yeah, man.
Like, can you sleep through that? Michael's probably deaf or something. Anyway.
Yeah. So in this opening scene, we see like a few different scenes kind of like intercut between like a nice neighborhood with a dog. And then we see like this awful car crash. and a kid in the ER, and they're all kind of like intercut. And
I really appreciate a movie that starts with a laugh.
Oh,
You know
yes.
what I mean?
Yeah.
It's very, very funny.
But
and the laugh track was very appropriate.
And you see, like, it gives you everything you need to know about Michael before you even meet Michael, because here's this kid, he was in a terrible car crash, his mom died in this car crash, and he's crawling over to her, trying to, like, wake her up. And so it's like cuts between that to him in the hospital. And it does it all within like 2 minutes. And you kind of get like the gist of who this character, like something traumatic that happened to this character. And his leg is all scarred.
Yeah, it's got that limp.
And he has a limp throughout the whole movie, yeah.
Which is funny because like that little voice that he has for his phone, the Igor.
Yeah, the Igor.
It's like he's got like the
sounds
limp.
like Peter Lorre. It's like, hello, master.
Yeah. But like it's funny because those people like Igor or Igor, if you want to be real technical, they kind of have like that limp.
Yeah.
Like he does. So it's almost like I think that's probably how people in his school sees him as like some kind of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely.
Freak is what the cop tells
The
him.
cop, yeah, is like, you're just like
You're
an
a piece
outcast.
of shit. Everyone at school hates you. He literally goes to the kid.
Yeah.
He goes to the kid's house. He's just like, do you know everyone in your school talks about you? They all said you're fucked up. They said you're unlikable.
Yeah, you're totally not liked.
What are you, 16? I'll leave you alone with these razor blades.
But I love, so he wakes up from like the nightmare, and he is woken up by his, I guess it's like an AI, like computer kind of thing where it's like, Master, the phone's ringing. Master, the phone's ringing. So he like picks it up.
Telephone master.
Telephone master. And anyways, on the phone is Eddie Furlong's buddy Kyle, who's kind of reading different reviews about a new game called Brainscan, and it was featured in Fangoria. And I love how he describes, he's like, you know, the new Fango with like the eyes popping out on the cover.
I gotta say this, Kyle has EJ energy.
Oh, thank you.
You're like my Kyle in life.
I would love to be your Kyle. He's like the coolest character. He's awesome.
Kyle's hanging out with a depressed weirdo at chat. It all tracks.
It tracks.
Would that be me? The depressed weirdo? All right.
And so, and as Kyle keeps talking, Eddie Furlong, a.k.a. Michael Brower, gets a little distracted by watching his neighbor, Kimberly, changing.
The 90s, when peeping on your neighbor was endearing.
Yeah, they're like, oh, they're
He
supposed
likes
to be in
her.
love, and not, this is not creepy at all.
Did you ever notice that stereotype in movies? And like, it's always like the window is like a Macy's storefront. It's like obnoxiously big. Like,
It's so true.
It's like cartoonishly big, you know?
Yeah.
And the blinds are always open.
Yeah.
And you can see right in, there's always a camera right there. He, moves it over.
It's very comical
yeah.
how he brings it into frame like that, though.
Yeah.
He just like kind of lugs it over. But, they kind of take the creepiness of the moment away because, like, you kind of get the sense that she knows that he's watching her and she
stuff,
likes
yeah.
that he watches her. So I guess it's still probably very weird, but
Yeah.
I don't know. They're both weirdos, so
And
whatever.
I love that Kyle kind of like calls him out on it. He's like, "Hey, are you
Watching
watching
her again?
Kimberly again? You fucking weirdo!"
Please stop doing that, dude.
Because I like hanging out with you, but you got some weird habits, man.
No means no, dude.
He's like Michelangelo. Pizza dude's got 30 minutes. He's a total Michelangelo.
Hey, real quick thing. I just gotta put this out there. I really like that the set dressing was courtesy of Spencer Gifts.
Oh yeah, 100%. It was
Like that tube with all the bubbles going up. Like it looked like.
They sponsored the movie.
Yeah, he just stepped into Spencer's. Like, this is it.
We think Spencer's is gonna pop at the tail end of the '90s. Everyone's
Do you
gonna
think
watch
the set decorator just went into a Spencer's and like brought it back to set, and the director's like, "Wow, you really outdid yourself here. This is great."
this room's real cool. It is a cool room, though.
It really is.
The kid's got like a fucking kitchen in there.
Yeah, he has his own refrigerator, like, and not just like a mini fridge. It's like a whole ass like refrigerator.
So like, I'm watching the movie last night, and I'm like, man, that kid's room's so cool. And then I'm like, you have your own apartment. Like, he's got his own fridge. I'm like, you have your own fridge. Because it transports you right back to that fucking thinking you had when you were a kid.
I know. It's so...
Someday I'm going to have my own Alice Cooper
now.
poster on the refrigerator.
Yeah. And Kyle at one point, he's like, hey, man, just go talk to her. Like, stop being a weirdo. She's
got a Metallica poster on the wall. She's got to be cool.
Yeah.
And 2 Aerosmith posters for some reason.
Yeah. Aerosmith, man. Hell yeah.
That was like a thing, though, in the early 90s, wasn't it? Because in, like, Wayne's World 2...
Oh, yeah, you know what? This would have been right after, Wayne's World and stuff, yeah.
So it was like Metallica and Aerosmith. I'm like, the early 90s was fucking so cool.
Yeah, it really was. So Michael just admires Kimberly from afar. Like, he doesn't take up his friend on it or anything. So then we see where Michael calls a Brainscan number and puts in an order for a Brainscan. To like set up and get a copy, and they say, oh yeah, we're gonna send you the very first one, which is Death by Design. And he's like, whatever, but it kind of like zaps him, and you don't know what exactly happens. He's just like, oh, okay, and he kind of like ignores it. He doesn't really is like, whoa, that was weird. He was just like, oh,
I guess that's normal.
Yeah, that's life. So the next day at school, Kyle and Michael and the rest of the class, other kids, are part of this horror club, and they're watching a horror movie called Death, 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 Part 2. And
I like that. What was that movie you were watching, Mr. Brower? Death, Death, Death. Part 2.
Part 2.
Everett Furlong was a great kid actor.
He really was. He was so sassy.
Sucks that he's another one that got sucked up with that shitty Hollywood machine.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. He was really, really, really talented, that kid.
Yeah, he really was. But yeah, the horror club gets interrupted by the principal, who takes Michael to his office, and the principal has a problem with the club and its movie selection and video game selection. And he's like, you know what? I'm banning the movie club, the horror movie club. And if you want to keep it going, you have to bring stuff so I could screen it first and improve what you guys watch and whatever you do. And so, yeah, he like pretty much disbands like that horror club.
You know, when I was in high school, I tried to start a horror club.
Did you really?
I did, and the teachers were like, "Fuck no." And I was like, "Why not?" It was in the movie I watched.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Well, that's not how it is in real life, kid." Hey, real quick thing that jumped out at me. I'm a big fan of just like scanning walls.
Yeah.
There was a giant poster that said CD-ROM.
Oh my god.
That was it.
Yeah. And the whole movie is about a CD-ROM.
Yeah.
So maybe like
they were like, "Hey, this is
put this up there so people know about us." if you don't mind.
One of the weirdest pieces of ADR. One of the weirdest pieces of ADR in any movie ever is in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
What's the little girl's name? I forget.
I don't know.
The little girl in it, remember?
Yeah.
It started with L. No, it wasn't Ellie. Ellie is. Yeah, that's.
Well, the little girl. It's ADR. You just hear her go. It's an interactive CD-ROM.
Yeah.
Because she, they want you to know that she's capable of using computers.
I cannot believe I don't remember her name, but I
just
remember the
watched
brothers.
Jurassic
Tim.
Park like last week. Yeah, Tim.
Timmy and.
Keep guessing.
Cutting this out.
No, you're not.
Is
Keep
it?
guessing.
I thought it started with an E, but I'm like blanking.
Thinking of Ellie.
Yeah, I know.
It's not Ellie. Keep going.
Wasn't her name Alan Grant? Wasn't that the little girl's name?
Dr. Alan Grant. Yeah.
Wasn't that her name?
No, it's
Cutting
not
this
that.
right out of the episode.
Yeah, I forget her name.
Lex. Was it
Lex.
Sure.
Oh, it's Lex. Yeah. F and A.
Cutting it right out.
So anyways, Michael's on his way home, he witnesses like this crime scene, and the one detective played by Frank Langella.
Oh, wait. Before we get to there.
Yeah.
So Michael and his principal have this conversation about entertainment, and Michael is right. Because the teacher is like, just doesn't quite understand like why people want to watch movies like that. And he's like, I guess it's kind of an escape. And you're like, yeah.
Yeah, that's what it's
He's just like, you mean like lighting up a marijuana cigarette and escaping the real world?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but
how did you get there?
Just like that, man.
It's like a real like lame argument, but like I was like real thoughtful about it. He's just like, I guess it's just kind of an escape, you know? No one's really getting hurt.
Yeah, and the principal's like, oh yeah, like shooting dope, and just like
He's like getting an erection and raping someone. He's like, well, I don't think erections rape people.
no,
People
man.
rape people.
Oh,
And
he does say that. That's actually
And you're like, what a thoughtful kid.
yeah. He's like people. Yeah, I love that. That was hilarious. So on Michael's way home, he witnesses a crime scene, and the one detective played by Frank Langella tells him to beat it. He's like, oh, did you know the person? He's like, oh, no. He's like, well, get out of here. Get home.
Why does he single that one person out? There's like 40 people watching, and he's just like, hey, you. I'm picking on you.
Get the hell out of here.
I'll be in the principal cast, so we got to have a conversation.
So when Michael gets home, he gets the package in the mail from Brainscan and listens to a message from his father, who is going to be away on business for a little longer than usual. And you could tell there's like this disconnect, like just from having, like, even though he has a father and the father is part of his life, his father's always traveling and left alone. Like, so Michael's left alone a lot.
There's a thing with Michael in general. Like I think this is actually the little smarter elements of this movie that people don't give it a lot of credit for. Michael is talking to his father through like an answering machine.
Voicemail.
So it's sort of like he's having a conversation with his father through a piece of machinery.
Yeah.
Michael can only seem to express himself through media because I think he's like very detached from like the trauma that he experiences as a kid. So he doesn't really get close to people. Like his relationship with Kim is through a video camera.
Right.
And like his entire
Even
relationship
Kyle's
with Kyle is
kind
all
of
just about movies.
Movies and video games.
He's just very guarded. So it's
Yeah.
like I love the fact that it's like the person that he should be connected to, he can only connect with through an answering machine.
Right.
And I'm like, that's really good character stuff. It's very subtle.
I think this movie is brilliant, and as we go further and further, you'll see why. That night, Michael sees everyone is partying over at Kimberly's next door. That's very important. Remember that. Everyone is partying at Kimberly's next door. So he decides, he's like, I'm going to chill in my room. I'm going to turn up my music and be like, how do you like that? You know? And he's like, I'm going to have a good time by myself. And he pops in Brainscan.
I wish it was like they cut to somebody outside and they're like, man, that weird kid's listening to shitty music.
Yeah.
Let's ignore him on Monday.
So Kim...
I just imagine it like Thrill House from The Simpsons. You remember when he was playing Bone Storm by himself?
That's a hilarious observation on that show. It's like the game couldn't hold that many letters, so it's just Thrill How.
Edward Furlong in that chair is being blasted by a brain scan.
I like they introduce a character. We can't go past this character, EJ. I refuse. Kim's best friend, Stacy.
Oh,
who I thought for a second was Six from Blossom.
You know, I thought the same thing. Six from Blossom or Tia from Uncle Buck.
Yeah.
Like the attitude was there.
Yeah.
Stacy sucks.
Same attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah, Stacy is not like a fun person. No.
Like she's got back from a protest.
Yeah.
And a coffee.
But she didn't actually know what was being protested. She just showed up.
She just was there. Yeah.
She's like, I just got to make a problem.
So at one point, Kim tries to call Michael, but his line is busy, of course, because he's playing Brainscan. So the game starts, and Michael gets into the intro, and the game begins. And we see, like, this character in between the lettering, like, title screen of, like, this guy with, like, a mohawk, and he looks kind of, like, strange. And he gives you, like, the 411 on, like, how the game is going to start. So the game begins, and we see a POV of Michael playing as the serial killer breaking into the house and being instructed on what to do. And it feels very much like a video game. I mean, it looks like real life.
So
the way it's shot.
You could say a video game. I would argue like a Giallo movie.
Oh,
it's very, very like Argento,
100%.
Bava,
yeah,
like the black glove killer thing. But it's more so like when you get into the room, how stylish the murder is. It's very crazy. like something right out of like an Italian horror film.
Oh, it's insane. Yeah. So as he's like
the lighting primarily.
You hear the voice of Brainscan going like,
"Do it,
check the gate." Right, and then it's like, now pick a weapon, and he sees like all these like things lined up, so he picks up the knife and stuff. He's like, go upstairs, but be quiet. And you feel like, oh yeah, this feels like a video game, right? Like it really does feel like a video game.
Reload.
Yeah. Reload. Reload. Reload.
It would have been better if there were like any NPCs in the room.
Yeah.
It's like an energy bar.
Yeah. It's like, shh, you gotta be more quiet.
There was a bowl of fruit in the corner.
Yeah. He scarfs it down.
Right. So like he loses. It's like
he trips down the stairs, and so his energy level's low. So he's got to refuel.
He doesn't take the time to refuel, and it's like the Waterworld game. Please deposit 40 quarters.
Please deposit 40 quarters. Please deposit.
They really should have like gotten into that.
Oh,
like
my
the actual
God.
video game rules.
Yeah, I would have loved that. If it's like, eat a banana for extra energy.
Michael jumps. It's like.
All right, now move upstairs.
Go down the pipe into the next level.
So yeah, he gets instructed on what to do, and he gets to the bedroom and he sees a cat.
The cat, man, I got him all.
Yeah,
one of them kitties of any PA pet rescue heroes of the screen. But go on.
And as he's like looking around, he sees the owner of the home, and he's asleep.
Who's supposed to be 42, by the way?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
To quote you, that's a hard 42.
That's a hard 42.
I'm like looking at this guy. They're like, oh, 42-year-old so-and-so. And it's just like, that guy's 42?
No.
I'm 42.
Yeah.
I know. The guy looks like he like...
Yeah.
Yeah. Like on the other side of 50 at least.
And for the listeners at home, Matt looks like a 36-year-old, like 30, like early 30s. For real. This guy's supposed to be 42.
Is that 42 in 1993, 94?
I don't know, man. He looks like a hard 42, though.
He probably like smokes all the time and like tans.
The thing that, like, I was happy when this guy got stabbed because... What's up with that foot tattoo?
Like, I know.
I was like, what is that?
I get it. It's like supposed to be like something that you can identify belonging to him. But I'm like, I can't picture that guy's house, that man getting a tattoo on his foot.
Right.
It seems a little out of character.
It's so weird. It just feels so out of place. I don't know. But anyways, so Michael stabs this guy, and then he cuts that foot off as like a trophy because he's instructed to. He's like, take something as a trophy, you know.
This never comes back at serial killers,
and this will not haunt you in the future.
This will be just fine. Hey, what I like, one thing I do really enjoy about the way the murder scene is depicted.
Yeah.
Because it feeds into an element of this movie that I think is actually like, again, it's in the film. It just isn't very loud. There's a commentary on like media violence versus like real life violence.
Yeah.
So like when he kills this guy, he doesn't behave the way that like, say like if Michael Myers were to stab somebody and they just kind of drop down, they scream, they die. This guy's like, he gets stabbed in the back and he gets up and he's just like running around the room and screaming and there's like blood on the wall and he's just like kind of what would probably really happen. Right. So it doesn't play like movie violence.
No. Not at all.
I thought that was a nice touch because they keep going back to that. Like it's Like what's the difference between violence and entertainment versus real life? And it's good stuff.
And then, as soon as he kind of like saws off this foot, Michael wakes up, and he can't believe.
Matt, did the foot remind you of the A to Z project at all?
A little bit.
Yeah. Did you?
It was the same foot.
Yeah. I made this film one of my first years of school, years of college. It was this A to Z project, and there was an awful lot of people like chewing on like severed limbs and stuff.
Beautiful.
Did you put a little tattoo on
the foot?
I should have.
From now on, could you George Lucas and go back and edit a little tattoo on the foot?
I actually digitally added Jabba the Hutt.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Does someone step on his tail?
He goes, and the frame shifts.
Yeah.
It's so embarrassing.
It's so good.
It's one of the worst things I've ever seen.
So, yeah, Michael wakes up, and he can't believe how intense and real everything felt in this game, and he chugs a glass of milk. Like, and I'm not even like... this is generous. Like, he like legit like chugs it, and it just like spills all over his neck and down his shirt, and he's just like, holy shit, that game is great. Like, he was like, oh man. And
best milk scene up until Baby Girl.
Yeah. Oh, jeez. So the next day, he tells Kyle.
That was a good joke. I don't care what you think.
So the next day, he tells Kyle all about how awesome this game is.
What's cool here too? Michael has all that trauma going on, right?
Right.
So he's got all this fucking like resentment and anger build up inside of him, and the murder of the game, when he believes that it's entertainment, is so cathartic for him.
Yeah, he's like, holy shit, that was so fun. Like that was so cool.
Like he just went skydiving or something.
Right.
It's like, fucking rock and metal.
Yeah. Like his endorphins are just like zooming.
Yeah, right? And it lets something primal out of him. And Trickster, when we got to it, talks about that. How we all have like this darkness inside of us.
Yeah.
And it's like Michael's is probably darker because of the shit that he had to experience when he was a child.
Just a kid. Yeah.
And he's not dealing with it. He doesn't have anyone to talk to about it. So it's like in the violence, he's finding release, and that's not a good thing to happen.
No. I thought younger Michael, when they show him a couple times, looked like Leo a little bit.
That actually was Leo's first
I knew
role.
it.
Yeah.
I knew it. So the next day, he tells Kyle all about how this game is and how awesome it is. And Kyle wants to borrow it. He's like, oh, can I borrow it? And Michael's like, well, I just want to try it like a few more times.
I just want to murder a few more people.
I just want to get in on it a little bit more. And Michael goes to see Kim next door. He feels like inspired. Like this game kind of like inspired him to like, you know what? I'm gonna step up. I'm gonna go ask her out, or like at least just like talk to Kim.
It's something that happens a couple of times in this movie. Like certain things make him feel like he's alive, and that's when he has the confidence to do things.
Yes. So he goes over to Kim's house.
And her parents do not try to disguise their contempt for him.
Not at all. Not like
he's
in the slightest.
Watching TV, he's like, oh, Jesus. Did you say something?
Yeah.
It's like completely unprovoked.
Yeah. And he waits downstairs with the parents while the mom, she puts on the news, and Michael sees that the brutal murder he did in the game.
Of a 42-year-old man.
Right. Matched up with a local murder that's like being announced on the news. And all the stuff from the game looks like this guy's house, like from all the news footage and stuff. And even it's reported that the guy's foot is missing. And so he freaks out and he runs home.
I like when he goes to the door and the dad lets him in. He's like, he wants to see Kim.
He wants to see
like he's just
Kim.
Like, oh Jesus, this fucking guy.
These boys are after my daughter, I tell you.
Everyone hates Michael in this movie.
Yeah, pretty much, like, with the exception of maybe, like, 2-3 people, you know?
It's just Kyle.
Yeah, Kyle.
Kyle thinks he's cool.
Kyle and Kim a little bit, but... so Michael runs out, and he runs to the house, and he sees the detective is there, and then he sees,
Hayden?
Lieutenant Hayden, and he notices, like, oh, my God, like, this is exactly what the game was, and he can't believe it. So he goes home and he finds the foot in his own freezer and freaks out. He's like, "Holy shit!"
What if he started eating it?
Dinner.
I know. He's like, "Dinner." And then
did you catch that Freddy's Dead poster on the way up the stairs?
Hell yeah, man.
There's a Nightmare 4 poster in that room too.
Yeah, one of my favorite nightmares.
It makes sense though, because I feel like Trickster was very like Freddy Krueger-esque. I think that's what they were aiming for. Like, we got a
100%.
new horror villain.
I wish he became.
I know.
But he gets a call from Brainscan, and when Michael answers, the TV comes on, and the logo, which has like this face that I talked about earlier, morphs out of the TV and introduces himself as the Trickster. And I have to say, I'm super impressed how well the graphics hold up in that scene. Like, as I was watching it, I was like, oh, this is probably going to be like cheesy 94, like graphics. And I'm like, it actually looks really good for the time this movie came out. It looks better than some graphics I see today.
Sure.
It really does. Like when his face is like coming out of the TV and it's just his head is like kind of floating and then the body like starts to form after and you're like, holy shit, like I can't believe this is 1994.
Wow. I was also really impressed with how well Michael took it. Like, if I saw that, I'd just start screaming.
I know.
Throw up everywhere. Like, oh my God, the most crazy thing.
Why?
Hey, at this point in the movie, I had this thought. Can you imagine the hell the poor customer service team has to go through for Brainscan?
Oh my God.
People are calling them.
Yeah. They're probably like, what?
I didn't fucking sign up for this.
I didn't fucking sign up for
and
this.
And the fact that I don't even remember the person on the phone talking about price. Like, did he get the game for free? Must have. There was no exchange. So they're just giving out games for free. You can't do that. What are you doing?
This is like The Substance in a weird way.
Kinda.
It's a strange.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. It has like a Substance vibe. I don't know if there's any like inspiration from this movie, but there's definitely some like weird Substance kind of stuff going on with it.
I really wanted them to cut to the Brainscan call center.
Oh my God.
People just screaming at them.
Yeah. It's just all tricksters.
Different types of tricksters.
Yeah. One has like a perm and like looks like dressed like a 50s lady.
I'm sorry. Our supervisors are not available to take your call right now.
And hopefully you have a great Sunday and a great weekend. Thank you very much for calling. But the trickster comes out of the TV and looks awesome. He has like this red mohawk. He kind of has like
Do you know what? He looks like if a Garbage Pail Kid and Drop Dead Fred went through the telepod from The Fly.
Oh my God. Yes, 100%.
But like a little bit punk rock, right? A little punk rock.
That is like the perfect description for the trickster. It literally like Drop Dead Fred meets The Fly. It's so perfect.
Did you guys ever see the deleted scene for this? This is a real deleted scene, I promise you.
No.
There's a deleted scene on the Blu-ray that I have.
I don't believe you.
I promise you, this is a real thing. Like the part at the very end, I don't mean to skip ahead, but when Michael kind of like he's in Kim's room.
Yeah.
And she's like on the bed and he's on the floor and she's like waiting for him and he jumps up and he's got the scary yellow eyes.
Yeah.
Look it up. He like jumps up and it's like this Cronenberg looking thing. There's like, it's like a weird mix of like Michael and the trickster's body parts. And he's like crawling on the bed towards her and she's like screaming and stuff. It's real fucking gnarly looking stuff.
Why wasn't that kept in the movie?
Because when you see it, you'll understand. Okay. It's like the limbs on it are flapping around and stuff. They're probably like, this looks stupid.
Like somebody was controlling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hydraulic cables or something. Yeah.
We need 5 people to control those arms because they are flapping around. But it's neat to see. I didn't know there was deleted footage for this movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was a Blu-ray for this.
I didn't even know.
Oh, yeah. I own it.
I kind of want to watch that scene. That sounds awesome.
That's pretty neat.
The trickster kind of makes himself at home. He's like going through Michael's music
making fun of it.
Just like Maurice from Little Monsters.
Yeah. Oh my God. 100%. Yeah.
Got it. Need it. Got it.
Need it. So the trickster informs Michael what happened was real, right? And now Michael has to eliminate the witness. And I love how the trickster says he can withstand any torture. So he's like,
I'll never turn you in.
Yeah, he's like
they could like out my eyes.
Yeah, they could poke out my eyes and break all my fingers and electrocute me.
But no country western music, please. Every man has his limits.
I love that line. I think that's such a great line.
He delivers all of his lines perfectly, by the way.
Oh, he's so good.
He spaces everything out real nice. Like, he lets everything breathe. He's not just, like, rushing through shit. He's, like, completely in that character. And he's so much fun to watch.
He is so much fun to watch. And, again, like I said, like you even said earlier, why he should have been, like, that new Freddy Krueger. Like, if this movie made more money or something and it should have had sequels. Honestly, it should have sequels.
You never know. This might be a Disney Plus legacy sequel coming. And it's just going to be called Brainscan.
Reloaded.
No, they'll just call it Brainscan.
Plus.
It'll be, Michael, I got it. I got the movie. So, like, Michael Brower is all grown up and for some reason he's married to Kim.
Yeah.
And they have, it'll be a daughter. And Michael's an alcoholic deadbeat loser.
Yeah.
And the kid's digging through his dad's old Spencer gift stuff, and he's like, "Dad, what's this game?" He's like, I have dementia, I don't remember. And then he puts the game in and he goes through it. But it sucks.
Dad, this game sucks.
He's like, I want to play this, but I can't find anything to play it on.
I know, that's
what do I do
more
with this?
Accurate, yeah.
He's just like, hey, he's like, oh my god, they have like that little scary music playing. They move in on the disc, and then it's just like, well, there's nothing here I can play this on.
Yeah.
What do I do?
There's no CD-ROM.
I heard they released it on the Switch.
Yeah. You can try that on the Switch. So the trickster tells Michael to play disc 2. And then disappears. So Michael goes and buries the severed foot in the woods. And as he's digging up this hole, Zach the dog comes along and gets the foot and kind of runs off. And Michael chases after it, but eventually the dog comes back and he like drops the foot for him.
I like that dog stares him down too.
Yeah,
he's like, I am fucking with you.
Yeah, he's like, I'm playing with you.
Yeah,
and
he's like, you want this foot?
You want that foot? Too bad.
This starts a long trend in this movie of Michael hiding in bushes, people being like a foot away from him with flashlights, and they can't see him.
I know. Yeah.
Michael's like invisible or something.
He's good with camouflage. Yeah. He's kind of
like
Dutch in the Predator.
There's a part at the end of this movie. The guy's shining a flashlight directly on him, and he's just like, I don't see nothing.
John Cena.
So, yeah.
You can't see me.
You can't see me. So later, Kyle comes by.
Oh, wait a minute. That was something I wanted to ask you guys. Why is Michael hiding anyways?
Yeah, he could have just been like,
I'm in the woods.
He had like
also.
The severed foot, and maybe.
Yeah, but like he could just like put that somewhere.
Yeah.
Kick it somewhere. Like, because he's just like, oh, someone's going to see me in the woods. I got to hide. And I'm like, why? Just, just walking through the woods like that guy is.
Yeah, just like throw the foot behind the bush and just be like, hey, what's up, man? I'm just walking through the woods, you know?
Yeah, and he's just like,
because
okay.
that doesn't seem, maybe hiding is better. Because maybe he's bad at lying. I don't know.
Yeah, but he's just like, he acts like if they see him out there that he's going to go to jail. And I'm like, no, man, you're just walking through the woods.
Yeah, play cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, it depends how deep into the woods you go, right? It gets weird at some point, right? The
further
you go,
true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, if you're just like there, just standing, and then this guy comes along.
That is the last thing you want to see, isn't it? You're out in the woods and someone's just staring at you. You're like, oh, I'm probably going to die out here.
Like if there's a trail,
Yeah.
I get it. It makes sense. But if there's not, you're just like wandering through the woods. Why?
That is a thing where you stop and you're like, someone just is hiding something out here.
Yeah.
Or they're looking to like build up their body count.
Right.
I should go home.
And plus, what if that guy was the owner of Zach the dog? Like, he saw him and he's like, oh, that guy, I saw someone in the woods and and there's murders going on. And he's like, I saw something in the woods.
But doesn't that make
weird.
him just as suspicious? He was walking in the same exact place in the woods that I was. That's weird. Why is it weird for him and not for you? Zach, the dog's owner.
And what if he was like, I was just my dog loves running through the woods.
And maybe that dog always finds feet. We don't know.
Yeah, maybe. That's true.
He's a cadaver dog.
He's a cadaver dog. So later on, Kyle comes by to check on Michael since he missed school. And Michael plays it like he has mono. He's like, oh, yeah, I have mono. Sorry, I wasn't at school.
Harsh.
Yeah. And Kyle is like, oh, can I come in? And he's like, oh, no, I don't think that's a good idea right now. And then eventually Kyle's like, can I borrow Brainscan? And that's when Michael, like, flips out. He's like, can you just leave it alone? And he, like, slams the door on Kyle. And after a few, choice words and stuff.
I like that he keeps ringing the doorbell, and then
Yeah.
Michael goes back, and he flips him off with 2 middle fingers.
Yeah.
Because that's the kind of guy Kyle is.
Kyle is the man.
He is. I like Kyle a lot.
Yeah, I like Kyle a lot, too. Kim stops by with all of Michael's homework and checks in on him. And also she brought, like, his mail. And as he's looking through the mail, he sees that he got another package from Brainscan of Disc 2. So later that night, the trickster comes to visit again and tells him to play Disc 2 and eliminate the witness. Michael plugs into the game, and before he starts, he kind of records himself on his, like, video camera. And I like that he's like, okay, if I do anything weird, I just want the police to know I was playing this game and it made me do it. And it, like, a weird confession kind of thing.
His delivery is terrible.
Yeah. I thought it was
Michael Brower, I'm 16 and I'm scared to death.
Yeah.
I mean, he sounds like me when I'm trying to be affectionate. That's how I sound.
My name is Matthew Rinaldi.
And I love you.
I'm scared
And I love you. And I'm scared to death. And welcome to my Twitch. But yeah, no, Michael plugs in and he wakes up and he doesn't remember anything that happened. He kind of, like, even though he played the game, when he wakes up, he doesn't remember any details about it and totally blanks out. And when he watches the tape back, he sees that he did leave his chair. And that's when he goes to the fridge and
Shouldn't
he
that
opens
relieve
it.
him of some guilt? Like the guilt that he's feeling, because it's almost like he's possessed, right?
Right, yeah. Almost like, I think it's almost like the trickster hops in at that one,
because he's like, he's not doing it because he's under the impression that he's, like, gonna be in that chair the whole time.
Yeah,
right. So then, like, he comes out of his little, like, I don't know, hypnosis, we'll say,
right,
and then he gets up and he watches the video and he gets up and he leaves, and I'm like, okay, so you don't have any memory of doing these things. Something else is making you do this stuff. So, like,
I think it, like, kind of, if you think about the first disc, right, the trickster is there in his head, like, talking him through it. And so then the second one, I think the trickster just took, like, full control.
Yeah, I was kind of gathering that. So I'm like, well, he's not really committing crimes then.
Yeah,
someone's
technically
committing crimes,
like,
through him.
Right, like the first one Michael took part in, the second one he didn't.
So really what I'm getting at is, like, if I wake up covered in blood, am I responsible for what I may or may not have done that I'm not going to fully confess to into the microphone?
I just zoned out. Can you repeat that?
I don't think I should.
Hold on, let me get my tape recorder. Go ahead.
Oh, no. I knew this was going to happen.
I knew it was only a matter of time.
No, I'm serious. I want to be able to add to the conversation. What did you say?
You can listen to it back. That's your punishment. You can listen to this episode in a couple
For
weeks.
not paying attention.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry. You're out.
But at one point, he gets thirsty again, so he goes to the fridge.
He's all out of milk.
And he's like, I'm out of milk. And but he finds Kyle's necklace covered in blood, and he starts to freak out, and he, like, is trying to call Kyle, and he calls Kyle's house.
I wish he, like, saw, like,
pick up, man, pick up.
I wish you saw the necklace, and he was like, because it's, like, on a TV dinner.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's on a TV
I wish he was just like, oh no, mac and cheese. No, it's Michael's sad though. Like, I noticed this. Like, all of his dinners are like TV dinners.
Yeah,
it's just like living a really sad life.
The attention to detail, like, is great. And I don't know.
That's like when he wakes up the first time before when he starts chugging the milk.
Yeah.
There's just like a cold TV dinner next to him.
Yeah.
He just like reaches in and like bites like a big hunk of turkey or something.
There's a mouse chewing on it.
I made this 2 days ago. I'm too depressed to cook.
But yeah, he tries to call Kyle's house.
The mouse is crying. It's just so sad.
This poor guy. Jesus, I thought I had it bad.
At first, I was so excited for this leftover cheese, but now I don't know.
I don't know if I should eat it on him. Who's gonna feed this kid?
This guy.
It'd be funny. He looks down at the mouse. He's just holding up like a little piece of turkey to him.
Yeah.
Come on.
Michael's like, get out of here. I'm a loner. I'm like having people around.
All right, so I'm just gonna say this right now. The biggest misstep of this movie is that he doesn't befriend a little mouse. I don't trust that trickster, Michael.
Yeah, I don't trust that guy. And he's like, get out of here. I don't care. That's my Eddie Furlong, by the way. Shut up.
The mouse is voiced by Adam Sandler.
Yeah. Yes. Hey, what's up there, everybody? You're gonna have to get rid of this guy. Oh, Jordan?
I'm telling you, there's a better movie in here.
So Kyle, he tries to call Kyle's house, and he picks up the phone. And he's like, "Come on, man, pick it up." And then on the other side, we see someone pick up the phone, and it's actually Frank Langella, Lieutenant Hayden.
Hello.
And he's like, "Who is this?"
So, I had to stop taking notes for a second. Becca took over for me. She had to write this note in here. I'll read what she wrote. Rory had to take a momentary break because Pumpkin decided to sit on him. He laid across my neck, and I couldn't see the movie. So I had to kind of glance over him. Yeah, I had to have her write some of my notes for me because there was a cat laying on my face.
Oh, okay. And what did she write?
That was it.
Oh. Her notes are terrible.
No, she tried. She's a newbie.
Yeah. But so at this point, we cut over to Kim stops by Michael's house. And she's like, "Oh, I heard about Kyle, and I'm really sorry, this happened." And she's like, "Oh, he actually stopped by my house, and he had this petition that he started at school to reinstate your horror club." And it says, reinstate Michael Brower's horror club. And
we find out it was like misspelled.
Yeah, it's
he's kind of like dumb.
Yeah, he's like, "Sorry, guys. All I can think about is playing Brainscan." But at one point, they have a thing like Friends Forever that
Buddies Forever.
Yeah, Buddies Forever that they'll say to each other. And at the bottom of the paper, a little salt to like the injury. It's like "Buddies Forever?" ? And you're like, "Oh man, Michael fucked up."
And on the back it said, "I know you're the one guy who won't murder me."
And that's when Michael kind of like tells, "You're the one guy that I trust with my life more than anyone I know."
Certainly nothing bad will happen.
So later on, he gets a visit from the trickster. Oh, at one point, he does say to Kim, right? Michael says to Kim, he's like, "Hey, he's my best friend. I feel terrible. I feel so lost without him. He was like the only person I really have."
Apparently, she was like writing it into like a little notepad. She's like, "Oh, this is gonna be a great story for the Monty.
This is good stuff."
she's like a top-notch reporter in this movie.
Yeah. So Kim's pieces out, and so later on he gets a visit from the trickster, and he's pissed about Kyle. He's like, "You killed Kyle," and he's like, "Well, you needed to get rid of the witness, right? And I applaud you. You did great." And I love how the trickster, he's just so charismatic in this movie. He's so funny to watch and fun to watch. And I love how he "Well, I applaud you, Michael. You did it." And it's such a cool character. Anyways, the cops come to Michael, and start to question him.
Oh, I like when they knock at the door and Trickster's just like, don't answer that.
Yeah. Don't answer that. Don't do that. Yeah. And the one detective, Lieutenant Hayden, he kind of notices that there were ashes in the fireplace because we see at one point Michael may or may not have put the foot into the ashes or into the fireplace.
No, he burned his clothes.
Yeah, he burnt in his clothes. I thought it was the foot too, but maybe not. No, it's not because no. All right, but he
There's notices blood on his clothes, so he burned them.
Yeah, so he burned them. And
this is like when the cops show up to tell him how everyone in school thinks he's a loser.
Yes, yeah, and Detective Hayden or Lieutenant Hayden's like, everyone in school says you're a loser and an outcast, and
someone called you frightening and weird,
frightening,
a freak,
freak. And when he's leaving,
would you like this tissue?
Hayden mentions he's like, there's ashes in the fireplace, and it's summer. Right?
Then I immediately thought to myself, I'm like, why are these kids still in school?
Yeah, like what's going on?
He's like, it's summer, and I'm like, why are they still?
Yeah, what is going on?
Are all of them in summer school? Is that what it is?
I don't know if he just meant it's like spring.
No, he said summer.
Yeah, it's weird. It's really strange. He did say summer.
Yeah. So maybe these are just real dumb kids.
Yeah, maybe it's just a school full of. Yeah, like summer school.
Yeah.
Mark Harmon. So upstairs, the trickster went to town on all of Michael's food. And the trickster reads an article Kim put into the paper, revealing that intimate moment that Michael shared with Kim about his friendship with Kyle.
I miss him. He sobbed.
He sobbed. Yeah. And then the trickster gives him disc 3 to play.
It's really cool how that disc appears.
Yeah.
He cuts Michael's hand, and then the blood drips down onto a table, and then the table turns into a disc, and it's fucking so cool.
Yeah. The blood reverses and turns into a disc, hardens into a disc. It's such a cool scene.
Yeah, man.
And visual. And again, the visuals in this movie, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah, not bad, right?
Yeah. For its time period, it's kind of crazy how well the effects keep
There's
up.
There's one wonky effect in this movie.
Oh, really?
There's one, and we'll get to it.
Okay.
There's only. It's just when they're combining bodies.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's dated, right? But it still worked for me. I mean,
yeah.
I could have gone for a Freddy's Revenge type of thing.
I thought that too
that.
when I watched it.
That's what I was aiming for. But I give it a pass. I don't care. It still looked cool.
Yeah. So
it's wonky, but it's fine.
The trickster gives him the disc, and he's like, yeah, all you have to do is destroy the footprints that you left in the mud. You just destroy a clue. No problem. Nothing else is going to happen, but that's disc 3. That's all your mission. You have to complete in the time frame that you're given. So Michael is asleep, and he has this weird nightmare about Kimberly turning into the 42-year-old guy, on top of him.
Yeah.
And
hey, did you notice that Michael is also even in his dreams, he's a very he's incapable of expressing himself.
Yeah.
Because he just kind of lays there.
Yeah.
He's almost scared or uncomfortable. Even in his own dreams, he doesn't know how to connect with people.
Yeah.
I think that's interesting.
And I like the music in that scene too.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a great score.
Ah, so good. So the next day, Kim stops by, and she's she is oh, Stacy kind of, did it. It wasn't really me. Stacy kind of put all that stuff into the paper.
Stacy.
That freaking Stacy. And we see the police are kind of.
Wouldn't it be cool?
Wouldn't it be cool?
Put those deep, dark secrets in there. The kid's suffering.
Yeah. And
it'd be funny.
Kim is pleading for forgiveness, right? She's like, please, please. And that's when we hear Michael puts on his music and just turns it all the way up so he can't even, he drains her out, right? And then we see where Detective Hayden, as the music is blasting upstairs, he kind of breaks into the house and goes into the fire pit and collects some samples of the ashes. And that's when we see we cut back to Michael. He slips in disc 3 to play. And he runs over to Kyle's house. He destroys the footprints by, like, using his hands to, like, wipe the dirt, like, you know, like, clear up the footprints. And he runs off when the one detective...
Because he said that they would know it was him because of his limp.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
And so, but I just thought it was funny. He just uses his, like, bare hands to go, like, in the dirt. I'm like, okay, yeah, sure. Like... whatever, he couldn't just get like.
What if
something.
he put like his handprints in the yard?
Yeah,
I got rid of the footprints, but now I got a bigger problem.
We could perfectly identify those fingerprints now.
Whoops.
Yeah, so
Back to summer school.
As he's in the like the garden, kind of like by the window, doing this, a call comes in to the police officer in Kyle's house, saying you have a visitor in the yard. And you could definitely tell it's like the trickster's voice over the telephone. So the detective like looks out and he sees Michael like running away. He's like, hey, you stop right there. And he gives chase. And it's really funny because at one point we see the local police set up a neighborhood watch, and Detective Hayden's like, whatever you do, you know, don't bring any weapons. And everyone's like, yep, yeah, that sounds good. Except the principal kind of like gives like a weird look. And we'll get back to that in a second.
Did you think it was weird when they all started chanting "Evil dies tonight"?
Yeah, I wish they did. That would have been awesome. Evil dies tonight. So the
Pumpkin
one
pies tonight.
the one gives chase after Michael, and at one point he gets toppled over by bricks, and you think he's dead. And Michael kind of evades this neighborhood watch for a little bit until the one guy, Michael runs and he hides in the bush, and the one guy is like looking for him, the detective, and the principal accidentally shoots that detective and kills him. And Michael is able to escape home, and the trickster informs Michael that he did really, really well, except there's one witness, and it was Kimberly who saw him coming home, and he's like, you know what you have to do. Meanwhile, the next day, Lieutenant Hayden...
You know what's really funny? There's a point where they shoot that cop.
Yeah.
Right? And it just happens.
Right.
And so Michael starts running away, and he bumps into another cop.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be like an oh shit moment. And he's
Yeah.
like, oh, they got the killer. Get out of here.
Yeah.
I'm like...
They just shot the killer. You get on home.
Like, how did you deduce that? Like, nobody confirmed that it was the killer. He's just like, oh, yeah, get out of here.
Someone just walking over, like, hey, we think we shot the killer. And it's like...
All right, the case solved. How could we be wrong?
It could have been anybody that got shot, and they're like, no, it's all right. You get home, kid.
Maybe the killer had an accomplice.
Yeah.
This is not a very good cop.
What if there's like two killers? I don't know.
It's not a very good cop at all.
No. But the next day, Lieutenant Hayden gets the lab results from the ashes, and it has matching DNA to the first victim. And also, there's a call to Kyle's house from Michael's. He's like, okay, yeah, it was Michael who called the night that we were at the crime scene of Kyle. And so they put it together. And then Michael loads the last disc in and enters the game. He sneaks over to Kim's house to break in, and he grabs some scissors, and he heads upstairs to her room. And that's when the trickster shows up to egg him on. He's like, come on, man, do it. And Michael...
You won't do it.
Yeah. Michael just can't do it. He can't kill her. So he stands up to the trickster, but we got this really cool scene where the trickster kind of devours Michael and is now in possession of his body. But like when they fall to the floor, I like how Kimberly is like looking over the bed, and he just pops up.
That's when like
it's such a good scene.
That's when like that Cronenberg looking version of him was supposed to pop up.
Oh, man, I would have loved to see that.
Yeah.
And then as he pops up, he's about to stab her, and you could see Michael's face is kind of like scarred on one side, and his eyes look very different. And Kim is pleading for her life.
Talks like this.
And they double up the voice.
It's a cool voice.
Yeah, and that's when Kim like pleads for her life, but she also says, she's like, "I love you, Michael. I always loved you." And the real Michael breaks through, and that's when the trickster's like, "Oh, too bad." And he opens the door. He's like, "We have a visitor."
Yeah, he's like, "One more surprise."
Yeah.
Some stupid thing like that.
And he opens the door, and the detective runs in, and he just shoots Michael a couple times into the chest. And then Michael wakes up back in his chair. And he's blown away to see that none of it was real. He's like, "Oh my God, none of this was real?" And as he looks out, the party that was going on at Kimberly's is still going on. So he's just been in this game the entire time. And I remember seeing this for the first time going, holy shit, like that was awesome. I love that. And so he sees none of it's real. And then he just like trashes all his computer equipment and like gaming and stuff.
Which I really like what's happening in that moment.
Yeah.
It's that like all the things that are keeping him like at a distance from actual people.
Right.
It's like he destroys it. Now he's like kind of like ready to go out and like live his life.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, the game gave him life.
The TV, like everything that's just kind of like is a distraction that keeps him away from actually connecting with people. Mm-hmm. It's awesome because he like destroys that stuff, and then he's ready to go talk to Kim and to tell like Kyle that he loves him.
Right.
It's almost like the birth of like the real Michael Brower at that point.
Right. It's so cool because it's like the game that all the games that came beforehand that kind of put up this wall between him and humanity, right? Like that emotional connection has now he like did the reverse effect. Like Brainscan kind of opened his mind to like, I need to be out there in real life connecting with people. And he destroys all this equipment and stuff. And as he finishes doing that, Kyle shows up, and he's just so pumped to see Kyle. Like, he's like, "Oh, I love you, man." And he's like, "Friends forever."
And they started kissing.
Yeah, I wish. But he warns him that he heard. I love that Kyle's like, "Dude, I'm glad you didn't get that Brainscan game because like there's some like effed up stuff that was happening to people."
I heard this one guy had an aneurysm.
Yeah, he was like, "It was a complete trip, dude." And Michael then heads next door to the party with Kyle, and at first they run into Stacy.
Is it weird to see a bunch of teenagers with no cell phones?
Yeah.
They're all just like talking to each other and
hanging out. Yeah. Stacy's just sitting by the pool, just having a drink.
She looks so hateful.
Yeah, she looks, yeah.
Like whatever problems Michael has.
Yeah, she looks like
cakewalk in comparison.
She's like amped up. Yeah. And at first I love how Michael's like, "Hey, can you tell me where Kim is?" And she's like, she's upstairs with that
Taylor.
guy. Yeah, that guy.
God, seriously, what a jerk.
Yeah. Stacy's a jerk. And I love that, like, at one point he's like, "Come on, Stacy. Like, just tell me. Yeah. Quit being, like, such a...
Like, don't be such a bitch or something like that."
Yeah, he's like, "Don't be such a downer about this whole thing. Like, just come on." And
he's like, "Stacy, for once in your life, don't be such a bitch," or something like that.
Yeah. And then eventually she's like, "Okay, whatever." She's upstairs. And so he runs off. And then Kyle's like, "Hey, you look like that girl from like that one video and stuff.
But better.
But better looking." And she's like, "Your name's Kyle, right?" I love that interaction.
If I were to have a complaint about this movie, I think Stacy needed one more scene somewhere towards the beginning.
Yeah.
Because as it stands, she's like, "Stacy did it." And you're like, "Who's Stacy?"
Yeah. Because you don't really know.
Yeah, Stacy's not a character, but she has an arc. It's so weird. She does,
yeah. But yeah, he kind of stays back and he hits it off with like Kyle stays back and he hits it off with Stacy. Meanwhile, Michael runs upstairs and he chats with Kimberly and he asks her out. He's like, "Hey, do you think maybe we could go out sometime?" And she answers no. I love that. Like, she's like, no.
I wish that's when we went to credits.
I
Like end on him looking devastated. He's like, oh, Stacy, or I'm sorry, Kim, will you please go out with me? I don't think so. And then just right to credits.
She opens the door and Trickster's there.
He comes on a robe.
It's like, you missed your chance, Michael. And she was magnificent.
That's a much better ending. Oh my god, that's so funny.
Damn you, Trickster!
Oh, it'd be awesome too if some guys came up and like escorted Michael out of the house and just like threw him in the lawn. That's how the movie ends.
Just throw him into the pool.
Set it on fire.
Hard cut. He's setting up all that equipment, buying new equipment. It's ready to shut the world out again.
Dad's like, you spent $997
on road service.
So as he goes out, he asks her out. She says no at first, but then she's like, well, maybe
I'll think about it.
I'll think about it, but I'll give you a maybe for now. And he's like, maybe? Oh, wow, maybe? That's great. And he's actually so pumped for it.
She's like, you know what? Never mind.
I misspoke.
I misspoke. No.
I forget to act like that.
If you're gonna act that excited for a maybe? No.
You seem like really desperate and off-putting.
Oh, wow, great.
Ooh, never mind.
He has like a weird... He has like a George McFly kind of reaction. He's like, oh, wow, great.
I thought you were going for like an Owen Wilson.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh, wow, really?
Wow, your eyes are beautiful like the sky. No, but he really has like a George McFly moment. Like, it's really funny how he like reacts. He's like, oh, wow, that's great, And then it shows the next day that Michael brings the Brainscan game to school, to the principal, so the principal can screen it and play the game, and for the horror club, right? And as he's leaving the office, he just kind of like, he looks and he sees like an image of the Trickster just sitting in the chair, like
scowling.
Yeah, like giving him like the thumbs up, like, all right, thanks for passing the game on,
Sorry about that business with Kim the other night.
Was leopard print robe a little too much?
It comes out in a leopard thong.
And it has like a giant tiger emblem on the back. Why? Why is he like this? But yeah, so the end credits start to roll, and then it cuts to like, oh, that's not it yet. And it's just a picture of Zach, or like the dog Zach, having the foot in his mouth and like dropping it off at the door. And I'm like, wait, so what? That guy was murdered?
Yeah, the movie doesn't really know what it wants to commit to.
Yeah.
That's the one complaint that I could have where I'm like, all right, so you want to have your cake and eat it too?
Yeah. I feel like the way it ended was like perfect.
Yeah.
And it didn't need that little extra sting. Yeah.
I thought it was cool, though, when Sam Jackson came out to talk to Zach the dog.
Yeah, he's like, you think you're the only dog in the universe?
Carrying a foot in its mouth.
To carry a foot in his mouth? It's like, yeah, I think I am. No, but this movie rocks.
Wait, do you think that he would bring them in for, like, the Pup Vengers?
Oh. Well, it's Puppy
Why is
Patrol.
that not a movie? Yeah, Paw Patrol.
Paw Patrol, yeah. You're going to be part of the Paw Patrol. And the dog, Zach's just like, woo.
I would have loved... No, the dog looks into the barrel of the... you know what I mean? The winks. Dog winks. Right at the camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be into that movie.
Yeah. And then, like... The credits roll, and then Thanos shows up. He's like, I'm going to have to do this myself.
And then he just pets the dog.
All right. That's it. I'm glad we came around to Marvel again.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but this movie ends, and it's amazing. The soundtrack is awesome. The score is alone. The score is just awesome. You can listen to it, and it really sets like a tone, a mood for the rest of the film, and it just has like this eerie sound to it. I love it. The movie itself, I think the story rocks. I love this movie, and I haven't watched it in maybe like I don't know how long, but it's been a while since I watched this movie, and I loved it. Like it really still resonates, and I feel like all the emotional things that it wants you to feel is there. It's a really cool concept and idea. I don't know. I love this movie. I thought it was awesome. Eddie Furlong's great. The guy who played Trickster,
T. Ryder Smith.
Yeah, rules. Like he should have been like the next
Something.
horror icon. You know what I mean?
Check out the sequel coming out on Disney Plus.
Yeah, Brainscan ++ Reloaded.
Brain scanned.
Yeah, brain scanned. But Rory, how do you feel about this movie?
Well, I'll ask Matt first. How do you?
Yeah, Matt, how do you feel about this?
I already went over it in the beginning of the show. I love it. I'm not gonna be,
Yeah.
redundant.
Redundant.
No. It's great, man.
I really wish that's all you said. It's like I already said it.
I mean, you can cut it out, right? You can absolutely cut that
No,
out.
I'm gonna leave it in.
No, the movie is definitely of its time. It's peak 90s. Well, no, it's not peak because it came out in 94.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say that wrong?
You're okay, ma'am.
Yeah, it's like quintessential 90s.
There you
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
absolutely.
like down to like the style of the clothes, the soundtrack, like you said,
Yeah.
was a White Zombie, Primus. Yeah,
Alcohol Funny Car. Good song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cold
Thunder
Shapes.
Kiss 65 is in this movie.
Because it's a horror movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Songs in like every horror film ever.
It's true. Because honestly, that's like one of those where a lot of people would be like, "Oh, Bride of Chucky," but it's in a
Brain
lot
scan,
of,
guys.
Yeah,
yeah, and I see myself like you said. There's Fangoria, and Furlong's character was obsessed with horror movies, had a horror movie club, and so it still resonates with me. You know, it's been like 15, 20 years since the last time I saw it, but I feel like now, like having rewatched it, I'm definitely gonna try and revisit it sooner than like 10, 15 years. You know what I mean? Because
absolutely,
it's definitely it's rewatchable, and movies are subjective, so somebody can watch like, "Oh, the movie's a piece of crap," and maybe, but I don't know. I don't see it that way. Yeah, it has flaws, but it's fun, and it reminds me of simple times, man. Like there was a lot of those like in the early '90s, the tech movies that came, like Johnny Mnemonic, like the sci-fi, like thriller horror films that came out, like Hackers, dude. If
Love
you
that
need to
movie.
do Virtuosity, that's another one that my brother and I were obsessed with.
Me
They're
too.
so good.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
It's so good,
Denzel Washington.
dude. Yeah, absolutely.
It's
but
crazy.
yeah. For sure. And what was the Sandra Bullock movie, The Net? Like it was,
The Net,
yeah. There's so many movies because I mean, if you remember, like at that time, CD-ROM was popular and Windows and
Hackers.
right.
Yeah,
That one. Yeah, exactly.
Hackers is a lot of fun. Oh, that's a good movie.
Oh, Brain Scan too. Oh, we were talking about that.
yeah.
Sorry.
Anyway, I'm rambling, but yeah, I love it. It's great.
It's so good. Rory?
Kind of saying what we were talking about before. This was a movie that I saw as a kid, and I really related to it, and I loved it for that reason. But when I was watching it the other night, I really was taken by the conversation that it's actually having about like real life violence versus like media violence. And there's a lot of this stuff where Trickster and his downtime with Michael is basically like trying to get him connected to some like primal version of like what a human being is. Like he's just like, he says that at one point, he's like there's a darkness in every single one of us, and he's like, why not just like connect with it? And like when he's talking about Kimberly, he's like, oh, like I love her, and he's like just be honest with yourself. He's like, it could be any girl in any window. It's like he's just trying to bring him down to those basic instincts, like the primal stuff.
Yeah.
And like I like that Michael is coming from a place of like trauma, and so much of his life is just like blocked out because he's just like filled his entire life with distractions and technology and just like not dealing with it. And I think like, you know, you really get the sense of Trickster is a representation of like what Michael's probably feeling on the inside.
Yeah, at one point doesn't Trickster say, "I'm you"?
Yeah, I'm you. And it's just sort of like this unhinged, crazy thing that you become if you don't learn the lesson that he learns at the end, which is like
he values,
like I love you, Kyle.
Yeah,
like I want to ask the girl out across the street, like you will become that awful version of yourself if you don't connect with love. And I mean, like, I know a lot of people don't take that away from the film, but it's
subtle, but it's
in there. And I like that because I feel like today, like if they tried to make a movie about that, they would just beat you over the head with it and forget to entertain you. And this movie doesn't forget to entertain you. So I love this movie. Mm-hmm. And you know, I probably watch it maybe like every couple of years.
Yeah.
If you love horror movies, just give it a watch. You know, good
it's
stuff.
So good. Yeah. This, I feel like The Trickster. I wish this movie was popular back in the day, like enough that it did get a couple sequels, because I would have loved to see how that character like played out more. You know what I mean? Like more of the Trickster.
Yeah, because if they like, you would figure like if you had like a bunch of teenage kids, right? Like maybe like some kid isn't as fucked up as Michael, and if he's like some representation of your subconscious, then like I mean you could really get different versions of Trickster, and that would have been interesting to see.
Yeah, kind of like you know how they say like the leprechaun, it's not the same leprechaun in every single one. It's like different variations of leprechauns, but it's all played by the same actor. But it would have been cool to see that with the Trickster, like different variations of the Trickster. Because again, this was only the first one, right? So it was Death by Design. He said, "This is the one that you're playing. The one that is available right now is this one, and the first test one, which is Death by Design." So we got to see how that plays out. But it would have been interesting to see other ones, like you know, like what those games had in store. It would have been interesting. I don't know. You know, whatever. They didn't do it. I wish they did, but maybe in the future, who knows? Maybe someone becomes a huge fan of this movie and is like, I want to like remake or do like a requel to this or something, you know?
I want to desecrate the grave of a pretty good movie.
Yeah.
That's what they all do now.
Or add to it. You know, some are pretty good, you know, but it depends. With that being said, let's get into our emojis.
Let's hear those bomb-ass emojis.
All right. Matt, do you want to start us off?
Certainly. I have 2 CD-ROMs.
Hell yeah.
Skull and Bones, Crossbones. What? Skull and Bones, right?
Yeah, you
Skull.
got it.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
My brain. And a glass of milk.
Oh, I'm
Right.
so glad you added that. Yeah. I'm so mad I didn't add that. Yeah, that's great. All right, my emojis. I did a brain, a joystick,
nice.
and a CD.
Nice.
So, yeah, to have that little extra stuff in there. How about you, Roy?
I got a CD. Mm-hmm. I got a heart because I love this movie. And most importantly, I got a dog emoji. I got a cat emoji. I got a raccoon because there's a raccoon in this movie.
Yeah,
His work was not mentioned during the course of this review, and for that I'm ashamed of you.
I know. I'm sorry.
But yeah, and then just like a big smiley face with starry eyes.
Yeah,
Because that's how I felt when I saw this movie for the first time.
I feel that way every single time I watch this movie.
Yeah.
It's so good. Like I said, if someone came along and made like a requel, sequel kind of thing to this, I would not be mad at that. I would actually be really pumped to see some additional thing to this. Yeah. But I don't know, like, if that actor would return as a Trickster.
No, they
Just feeling like a wheelchair.
get Keith Richards.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Keith Richards The trickster looks like Keith
I
Richards
know.
if he had a mohawk.
Yeah, I know.
Holy
For
shit.
sure. I
Yeah.
think that's why my dad really wanted to rent the movie, because he thought it was Keith Richards on the cover.
That's amazing.
Whoa, new Rolling Stones. What's this?
Oh, what's this? Between the Buttons. But isn't that one of their albums? I forgot. but let's go into our plugs.
It's time for a plug.
All right. So, Mr. Rinaldi, would you like to start us off with your plugs, sir?
I don't know why you always make me go first. I have to collect my.
Because you're the
thoughts.
guest, asshole.
It doesn't matter. That means I should go last.
Doesn't make any sense.
Well, I'd like to, since I'm here, I'd like to plug Gravy Diggers. But I will have you know there's been an update to the recipe. Now it is mostly gravy.
Oh, sounds
Holy
delicious.
Smokes.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I can't divulge the entire list of ingredients, but
For legal reasons.
yeah, it is not sawdust. I can tell you that much. mixed with water, it is not. But no, you're gonna love it. I can't wait for you to try it.
Cool.
And then maybe at your next event, I could serve some. That's my my plan.
Maybe
Well, I'd like
your
to,
band
anyways.
can play too, the Gravy Diggers.
Gravy Diggers. I'd
Yeah.
like to. Yeah, if
Yeah.
we could.
That'd be cool, man.
It's cool because
It's just like Matt and a bunch of rats.
essentially, and I do play the drums and I fling out things of gravy as I play. It's like I'll set a boat of gravy on the cymbal and I crash it and it flings across the room. It's great.
Yeah.
The reviews have been great.
And sometimes it actually makes it into the mouths of somebody. It doesn't always just hit the wall. Most of the time it hits the wall. It takes practice, precision. And when I'm performing, I have a lot of anxiety. So,
People can't see this right now, but as he's explaining all this, he's like fastening his watch. And it's fascinating. I'm like just watching you, and I'm like, what's he going to say? What's he doing with that watch?
No, that's a nervous tick.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm glad I called it out on the show.
Tick.
I appreciate it.
I thought you were just keeping time for the gravy because it's been cooking for hours.
And I'm a drummer, so I keep time.
There you go.
Oh, yeah.
I got plugs.
All right, let's hear them. Wait, are you done with all your plugs?
Yeah, for now. But yeah, for now. That's the main one. It's the gravy.
Okay, good.
But
Yeah.
I'll let you know when it's ready.
Hell yeah. I
Okay,
can't
go
wait.
ahead. Good.
Yeah.
I can't wait to hear your plug.
Oh, man.
Shit.
I'm excited. But go ahead.
I got to plug Raven View Productions. It is a film production company that's been building on up. I got a script that I just finished. It's a pretty darn rad. I've been bringing it up periodically.
You did not tell me.
I know. I've been being very nervous. No, no. It's I finished it and I just yeah.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
Because you usually let me read them, and I love
know.
that. To have that privilege, man. You don't
I'll be
understand.
sending it to you.
Like, you don't understand. It's like, to me, it's like having Christopher Nolan ask me to read a script. Like, that's how I feel like when you ask me. It's like such an honor.
You don't think much of Christopher Nolan, I guess? No, I'm just
No,
kidding. No, I appreciate that.
no, I'm serious.
Yeah, I've had Matt
Yeah.
read every draft of everything I've written. He's got to see my whole journey from being terrible to mediocre.
No, you're being modest.
No, I appreciate that.
Of course.
Fourth Cut Reviews.
Yeah.
Church Conforti doing Church Conforti things, filming something, and he produces things like reviews, and he puts them on the Facebooks,
And
the
the
YouTubes,
TikToks.
and the TikToks. We got Schwartz Dreamboat,
Hell yeah.
local comedian and genius guy. That's what I think he is listed on as. He's hilarious, and he sent me more stuff today, and it made me laugh real hard. Friend of the show, Dave Gonzalez, Real Chronicles is his podcast. I pop on there from time to time. We just did an episode on Martin Scorsese's After Hours. It's awesome. You should listen to it. You can also find Dave on the Cinematic Reel, and you can find all of his awesome reviews on Rotten Tomatoes. Most importantly, fellers, lasses, anyone listening, Kitties of Any PA Pet Rescue. It's where it's at. It's all I care about in life is making sure that the cats get homes.
Me too.
You know, because these people, I mean, I talk about it every week, but they do this thing that I think is so awesome. They go in and they get like cats that have been like abandoned or mistreated or sick, and they get them rehabilitated. They get them to be like functional again, and then they get them homes, and it's awesome every single time. Because I follow them, they like post pictures of people who like adopt their cats and stuff, and it just makes you feel really good. I don't feel that way when I see like people adopting like children. That just annoys the fuck out of me. So stop adopting children. Adopt more cats. EJ, on to you.
First up, Three Jacks Burger Bar, our home base. Guys, if you want the best burger in town, just the best burger in the world, come to Three Jacks. What is their burger of the month for May?
Gravy.
Nailed it.
The Gravy Digger.
Nailed it.
It should. Actually, you should pitch that to John. For 1 month, there should be a Gravy Digger burger. Oh, my God.
It's just like a bun with like gravy slopped on it.
Oh, my God.
like little pieces of tinfoil.
And instead of like a stick holding it in, it's just a rusty nail. So you have to nail it right into the burger.
Gravy Digger may or may not cause tetanus.
But yeah, no, Three Jacks Burger Bar, best burger in town, basics done better. And yeah, make sure to stop there, pick up a burger right in Dunmore off of Blakely Street. It's awesome. Check it out. Also, some music plugs. Adam Farley's music. You can check it on Spotify, iTunes, and all of that. If they have upcoming shows, he's in the band, the MDG Crew. So if you go to the mdgcrew.com, you can see all their upcoming shows. And of course, Variant Season, friend of the show, Will Perna's in that. They rock. They're awesome. Definitely check them out live.
Please check them out.
They have a Facebook and stuff.
They do. They have, you can go on Spotify, wherever you listen to your music, and just listen to what they're doing. Because they put a lot of time into some of these songs. They played a new song. It was the most Will Perna thing I've ever heard. It was so cool.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm really proud of the journey he's taken. Because I was actually like talking about that on Saturday before they went on.
Yeah.
Like I remember Will and I, we would drive around when we got out of high school, and like I was like working on like script stuff, and he was like recording these demos, and like we were both so green, you know,
right?
And it's just funny because like we'll run into each other, we'll hang out, and for like years and years and years, it's just, hey, I'm working on this, and hey, I'm working on this, and there's just like this progress that's made.
Yeah.
And it's just like I'm watching him over the weekend, and I'm like, man, good on you.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's like if you just like love something enough and you stick with it, like you get where you need to be. You know? And it's just I've really enjoyed watching him grow as a musician, and I think he records music better than a lot of fucking people that are being paid a lot of money to do it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So look him up.
Yeah, look up Variant Season, baby. Also, last but not least, the new Metal Messiah,
Jon Snow.
He's in like 18 to 19, maybe 24 bands at this point, but they're all amazing, and he's the frontman, and you have to see him live. He is one of the best frontmen of all time, right?
How is he at slinging gravy?
Oh, he can sling that gravy.
He's actually been trying to get a job. You should check your mailbox. There's applications.
Yeah, he's actually really trying to get on the ground
he wants
floor.
in on the gravy business.
I need a front man.
Yeah. Oh, he can front.
All right.
Yeah. No, you have to see him live. I'm serious. Like, one of the most entertaining singers that ever existed.
Theatrical.
Yeah. Oh,
cool.
So cool. But yeah, make sure to check out Jon Snow, New Metal Messiah. Go to etc.com. There's Facebook, Instagram. You can see all their upcoming shows. He does cover bands for Korn, System of a Down, Limp Bizkit. I think
All
they're
those
starting
bands.
like a Metallica.
It's already going.
Yeah.
It's up and moving.
So, yeah, guys, I'm serious. Go check that out. And finally, check out FREAKQUELSpodcast.com.
Wait, 2 more before we get there.
Oh, yeah.
Respawn Tattoo.
Oh my gosh, yes. Respawn
Gentle
Tattoo.
J.
Yes, Gentle J from Respawn Tattoo. One of the coolest guys. If you're looking to get some ink done, this is the guy to go to. He has the nickname Gentle J for a reason, man.
Shit. And then also, leading into what you were just about to get into,
Yes.
Shantytown Design.
Yes, Shantytown Design. They helped us hook up. They hooked us up, really, for our events. They, went all out. So thanks to Mike Vinci, the Godfather, the Vinci.
I call him our Da Vinci.
Yeah.
But also, he is the person who designed our website, which EJ was just about to get into before I rudely interrupted him.
Yeah, check out FREAKQUELSpodcast.com. There you can find some merch. We have shirts. We have hoodies. We have
Gravy.
Gravy Digger. No, we need to get some Gravy Diggers merch, though, for sure.
Gravy Digger shirt.
Whoa.
We have hats.
Pump the brakes. We'll get there.
People want it.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can
People
do.
I would wear a Gravy Digger shirt or hat or mug.
I want a Freakquels hoodie.
Wait,
Yeah,
hey,
dude.
see those? Those are cool.
Yeah, I was envious, man.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. Yeah.
See the cool ass hat that Mike and I designed the other day.
Oh man.
Yeah,
man.
it's cool. And that's brand new to the website.
Brand new. Check
So-
out the hat.
Yeah, it's dope. And we also have glassware. So if you want a Freakquels pint glass, we have that, and we
You
have
should-
a mug.
Mug and you should add a tote. I love totes. No,
yeah,
people
me-
like totes, man.
Dude, I love toads. No, I'm
Totes.
serious.
Totes.
I love
Totes.
toads. Awesome.
100%.
Yeah.
Like when I go food shopping.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly. No,
I
I use toads all the time.
shoplift.
Oh, you do? So you don't?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay.
It's
But
a victimless crime.
it's yeah.
5-finger discount.
But we have links to a lot of the stuff right there on our website, like all the friends we mentioned and stuff. And also,
When you
can
order,
find pictures.
you get a free thing of gravy, right?
Oh.
So I keep
Yeah.
interrupting.
No.
It's just- it's
I
the thoughts
No,
come
you're
up, you
right.
know?
They should get a free thing of gravy.
They do.
It comes
Yeah.
in an envelope. A real thin envelope.
Just soggy. What is this envelope?
Yeah.
Why would they deliver this?
It's just it's dried to the envelope.
It's just soggy and
there's-
dripping out of the corner of.
Oh, there's a molar tooth in mine.
It's over everything. I was gonna. How much gravy was in here?
This tooth is
Everywhere.
This tooth is riddled with fillings.
Riddled with fillings. Yeah, no, I check out the website. We have links to our episodes there. Check out our YouTube, because we have a YouTube now, and we uploaded all the episodes onto there. And you keep adding them every
do.
single week.
And also, hey guys, since we're trying to do something with the YouTube, you can follow us wherever the hell it is that people do on YouTube.
Yeah.
But most importantly, on the videos, if you've seen Brainscan and you have anything, thoughts, feelings, memories of watching it, leave us a little post.
Yeah, absolutely. If you like and comment on videos, I guess it boosts them more.
Yeah.
Or something. So
But I also just kind of want to hear
Yeah.
all the people out there that are actually listening to the show now. I kind of want to know how you feel about some of these movies, and I think that's
Yes.
a great way to actually hear what you guys have to say. So consider it.
yeah,
Yeah.
hit us out, man.
Yeah, hit us up. And, if you like gravy.
He's going off the rails on a
Gravy train.
Yeah. Let us know what you think about gravy.
Yeah, actually, let us know what you think about gravy.
Yeah, please, because we want to know. And you know who wants to know more than anybody?
He wants to know what you think of the recipe.
Yeah,
It's really hurting people.
and deservedly so. But I just want to say, really, last but not least, thank you to our guest, Matthew Rinaldi, for
appreciate
just
it, yeah.
being awesome. Thank you so much for coming on every single time.
Yeah, I didn't feel sleepy this time around. I mean, I'm sleepy, but
You are wearing the nightcap, though.
And you wear it well.
yeah, I'm going right back to my closet.
Attaboy. Attaboy.
No, I appreciate you having me on.
No, dude, I love
always fun,
having you
man.
on. I always have the
No,
best laughs with you.
It gets ridiculous, and I apologize.
Yeah.
Sometimes I
love it, though.
Yeah.
I just have to tell you though that we've actually been like charging our guests to be on the show, so
I don't have any money.
they'll be that's gonna be a problem. It's gonna be a problem. That's
We'll
another.
take that watch.
I don't know about that. It's my dead grandfather's.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The sentimental value's through the roof.
Even better. No.
Do you like gravy?
Oh, I don't know.
Gravy's not gonna get you out of this one.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Maybe.
Mine's award-winning, man. It's
Yeah,
award-winning.
it is.
How about this? You just give us your shoes and we'll call it even.
All right, fair enough.
All right, but dude, thank you so much for being on. Please come back again.
I'm shocked. I'm shocked
Special
that
month of stuff coming up. Yeah,
For sure.
So, but yeah, thank you again to Matt Rinaldi for coming by, swinging some gravy, talking some Brainscan, and thank you guys at home for listening. We love you guys. Thank you for always tuning in and sharing and liking and just giving us all that love. So, guys, thank you so much. With that being said, thank you for listening to
Just no country western.
A Man Has His Limits.